Hello, viewers. We are live. This is the Gray Area, and this is your boy Ray E.
This is your girl, Miss Tammy Nicole.
Miss Tammy Nicole. See, you got to represent.
We're going to do this again. Do
You
that
got to
again.
represent. Hello, viewers. We are live. This is the Gray Area, and this is your boy Ray E.
This is Miss Tammy Nicole.
Tammy Nicole in the building, y'all.
Right.
Standing
We
in.
got a special guest, host.
Special guest host today.
Mm-hmm.
Please tell everybody a little bit more about you in regards to, your new business venture that you just started.
All right, we're going to jump right in. I am the founder and owner and the CEO and a little bit
All right.
Everything. Where's
to
it?
Crown and Glory, which is a virgin hair company.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
All right. Represent.
Yes. And Tamika's filling in for.
Patrick P. Wills.
P. Wills.
Her boo.
The king.
Yes, he is.
That's her
Shout
boo.
out to P.
Yes,
Wills.
her boo.
See what it was is Patrick. See, we having a good discussion on eating better, eating healthy
properly.
today, and
called
P.
in sick
Wills
today.
was eating some of that other stuff,
Right.
and now he can't be here. So we're gonna represent for him anyway.
He's on the sick and shut-in list.
Yeah, we got a nice group of people here that is going to educate us on a couple of events that are going on. Also, their individual businesses, ventures that they have going on in regards to food, eating better, eating healthy. Hopefully, we can learn something today. I had a bunch of celery today, so I just want to throw that out there. I did my part.
Yes.
And so let's go around. Let's go around the room. We got Tisha here, turquoise, forest, food. Natural food. Yeah, I almost got it. And tell a little bit about your business.
Basically, I prepare natural food and drinks. I prepare herbal teas to help with cleansing and help assist your organs. I make smoothies, fresh juice, and I make a variety of kale salads. And you can find my salads at Georgetown Market and Gooster Market on 25th in Delaware.
All
There it
right.
is. I got a couple of
Nice.
questions for you in regard to these shakes.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. I'm trying to get on that. I'm trying to get on the shake. Poe with Cul-de-sac
Kitchen.
Cul-de-sac Kitchen.
Cul-de-sac Kitchen and Chakra Shakes. I am the general
Scoot up a
minerals.
little bit more, Paul. Thank you.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay. Cul-de-sac Kitchen and Chakra Shakes. I'm the general of minerals. Cul-de-sac Pole. Cul-de-sac Kitchen is basically I do raw vegan food prep. I do raw vegan basically food pickup and delivery day to day. I do cook food for people that are transitioning into a vegan lifestyle who might not be ready for the raw vegan lifestyle. I have my own organic alkaline smoothies called Chakra Shakes.
Yeah.
I do meal preps. I do catering. I do shop-alongs where I go with you and I help you shop to know where to pick up certain items from, how to read labels properly, and all those crazy long words, mudo, sadio, fudio, glutamate. Give you the layman's term of what that really means so you can better discern what to put into your body.
For sure.
I do interactive workshops where I will come to your home and I will show you how to prepare certain key things to help you come into a vegan lifestyle. I'm a physical trainer. Basically all around, just anything holistic and it has to do with health and adding on to the culture. That's my field.
Okay. All right. Alicia and Joe with Indie Veg Fest. Tell us a little bit more about the Indie Veg Fest.
Indie Veg Fest is an annual event. This year we'll be at the Biltwell Event Center, which is on the southwest side of downtown. It's Saturday, March 31st from noon to 6. It's free and open to the public. And it's an all-vegan event. We're going to have food vendors there. We're going to have keynote speakers, much of apparel, all sorts of stuff, all vegan. So
Nice.
Yep.
Nice. Now, do you have your own business?
I have a food truck.
You got a food truck. I'm sorry. My apology. When you came in, was you trying on the shirt or?
I'm on the board.
Okay, because I was like,
she's with us.
I didn't want to be
I'm with-
disrespectful. Please tell us about your food truck.
Oh no. Okay, so I'm not. Okay, so I have vegan food.
Okay.
But if you aren't really trying to be healthy,
If you're not
Speak
trying to
up a
be
little
healthy.
bit more.
if you're not really trying to be healthy, and if you're cheap, then I got you. That's what I do.
Okay.
With my food truck.
All right.
Okay.
So I'm the other.
Okay. All
I
right.
help you find all the fat snacks in the store that's already vegan. That's on sale.
All right. So we're gonna
Okay.
have a real good discussion
Yes,
today.
we will. Yeah, because that busts up the myth that you can't eat good, you can't have treats and all that good stuff on a vegan diet.
My kids are all chunky.
Oh, okay.
They eating good, you
Right,
said?
right. Okay. And then Joe's being modest because the Indie Veg Fest brings in, I saw last year, about 4,500 people.
We had 4,500 people last year, and this year we expect more than that. We don't know exactly. We have the Eventbrite numbers coming in. It's just going to ramp up, and I can't really tell you how many people are going to be there, but we expect a very large crowd. We have a venue this year. It's twice as large as last year. I just want to let people know that. We
Yeah, I
had
saw
to
that
get a
list.
bigger venue because last year we just packed the place. So, yeah, expect a lot of people this year.
And we're also missing another member, another guest.
Yes, Indie Veg Fest was co-founded with my wife Caitlin, and she does a ton of work, and she's actually doing work right now. Because
Shout out to Caitlin.
We are
Shout
just
out.
we're just slammed emails, coordinating
I
last moment details. So yeah, she's busy right now.
Awesome.
Awesome. What's the name of your food truck?
Vegasaurus.
Vegasaurus.
Yes.
That's a beautiful name.
That's some
Thank you.
awesome, phenomenal food.
Thank
Telling
you. Thank
How long you been doing that?
A year.
A year?
A little over a year.
How's that going for you?
Well, we've been down right now through the winter, but the truck is getting redone, and I'll be up again in April.
Okay.
So I'm excited. But we'll be at Indie Veg Fest.
All right.
Sure.
When is NG Veg Fest again?
Saturday, March 31st, from 12 to 6.
March 31st. Lock it in. Hopefully we don't get no snow.
We still coming out.
It might rain, but it'll be all right.
Still
It
coming out.
is an indoor event, so
Indy is crazy with the weather. I mean, you don't know what you're gonna get. Every day is something
Very
different.
true.
Poe, you bought us some food. Who bought the food?
That's me.
You bought the food.
I gotta come bearing gifts.
I mean,
So Poe bought a
I just want the
vegetarian.
viewers to
I'm sorry,
see-
it's not even vegetarian. It's
Vegan.
vegan.
tell us what you brought here.
Well, that's basically my vegan veggie pizza with walnut meat. It has let me see. It has kale, chard, spinach, red, yellow, orange, bell peppers, red
that a little
onions,
closer.
portobello mushrooms.
To me, if you don't mind, Ebony.
I was holding on to the box.
I got a pride from Ebony's
Yeah, you had a
hands.
problem. Yes, you did. Like, wait a minute, it's too close.
Pretty good. That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
The homemade sauce on there.
Look good.
The walnut meat. That's like one of my specialties. Basically, I soak walnuts for 24 hours in alkaline water, and I prepare them in different ways.
Wow.
Like with the pizza, I prepare the walnut meat a certain kind of way to where you get a feel of like maybe ground beef or whatever. I can prepare it in a way that when I make my vegan sushi, it tastes more like the like almost like fish.
Okay.
I prepare it in a different way when I make my vegan taco salads. I basically just, like I say, transition food for people who are not all the way ready for like the raw, go hard, high vibrational vegan
Sure, for
food.
sure.
It's like you can eat healthy, but you still can
Right.
taste good and be full.
So what does this have on it?
Okay, let me see.
And you didn't catch Ray said it looks good.
Oh yeah, I can't.
Well, you know,
Did you catch,
I
you
love
catch that one?
doubters. I love
You
doubters.
catch it?
I absolutely love doubters.
No,
Y'all my favorite.
I'm not a doubter.
It was subconscious, Ray. I heard it. He's like, it looks
I'm not a
good.
doubter, but I was forced to eat different stuff when I was a kid, and I threw up because my
Ooh.
tongue didn't agree with my mind. So, there's this little disagreement going on there with the visuals.
Okay.
So what's on this?
Okay, we gonna start off at the base of it. We got a homemade sauce.
Okay.
Okay.
We got let me see.
Tomato based or?
Tomato, yeah, definitely tomato.
And I know we
based.
don't want to share all the
All the
ingredients.
special
and
secret
all the-
cul-de-sac kitchen.
Right,
Yeah,
secret
yeah, just
sauces
give us
and carrying on.
Right. Everything in this pizza, everything is organic. Everything is what it's supposed to be. Like even down
Nice.
to the season, it's pink Himalayan sea salt. I use 21 different
talked about that
organic
on the show.
alkaline
We did
herbs.
talk about
See?
that. I'm interested now.
Okay, gotcha.
Pink Himalayan sea salt. They got me.
Pink Himalayan sea salt has
Yeah.
what? It has like
Minerals
like 92 minerals out of
Yeah,
102
yeah.
that you need, or maybe I
Okay.
think it might be 94. Sometimes
Okay.
I get the Irish sea moss and the pink Himalayan sea salt mineral content.
Oh, look
kinda.
at 'em.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna have to get 2 pieces then. Okay.
But let me see what else. You got spinach, chard, kale. You got red, yellow, and orange bell peppers. You got portobello mushrooms. You got red onions. You got broccoli. Let me see what else. You got walnut meat.
Man, I mean, it's a
Dang.
lot of stuff on it. If you go ask Pizza Hut, they say
Hold on.
cheese, sauce,
No,
and
vegan
pineapples.
vegan cheese made with hemp hearts and Brazilian nuts. Awesome.
man. So is there a reason why all those different things go on here?
Oh yeah, see, like when I cook, right? It's about mineral content. You feel me? Because like minerals is like look at your body like a computer, like a
Okay.
supercomputer, right?
Okay.
And you look at minerals like downloads. Like you put a program, you eat the food, right? The food is the program.
Right.
Within the program is a download, which is the minerals. The minerals is information. Look at the word information.
Okay.
Information. The minerals is how you put your inner nature in
Right.
formation with your outer nature. You have what we call health.
Okay.
The ability to heal thyself.
Right.
Healthy, heal thyself, right?
Right.
So when I cook, I'm really putting it together strategically to get the highest mineral content to your body.
Oh,
And I'm
that's
gonna make
awesome.
it taste good as well.
That's
but
awesome.
it's all about healing and
Yeah.
owning.
Oh, that's big. See,
Yeah,
see,
that's
I wouldn't
mad.
be able to explain it like that.
But Pizza Hut can't explain it like that. Can
Pizza Hut can't explain
they
it like
can't
that.
say none of that stuff. Can
Cheese,
they?
sauce, gooey
Right.
pizza. I mean, they give you all the extra.
Go to Pizza Hut and ask them what's the mineral content of
They're
this
not
pizza.
gonna. There ain't nothing in there.
Like, man, what you want?
I
Cheese,
mean-
pepperoni, sausage. That's what we got.
I just want to warn y'all. I can eat a medium by myself, but I'm gonna share it today.
I got napkins.
Cause
Ray, you want to be the first?
huh?
Take the
Wait a
first-
minute.
You
I,
just
I
said-
ain't jumping in
You
like
just
that.
said now you was made.
I ain't jumping in
just
like that.
said, Let's give Ray the first.
But I
first
look
napkin.
forward to this. Hold on.
Here you go, Ray.
I mean, I ain't jumping in like that, but you know, I want to see some faces when it go down, and other people. No.
I'm gonna eat it too. I can
Okay.
tell. It smells delicious.
All right. So do we have a scooper?
I see. Now I didn't
Hey,
bring the
look,
scoop. I brought
got
the
some
bag
fingers.
and the pizza.
Got some hand
Okay.
sanitizer.
Okay, everybody. We gonna let y'all know how this pizza
Yeah,
tastes.
Right on down.
This pizza has so many minerals in it. You should be a
Good
rock
for
when you
you.
get done
I'm
eating it.
I'm fasting right now. I'm just drinking liquor.
Oh, for real?
I'm not.
Man, but I need to get your number, brother.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
Cause, I
I'm
mean,
not- we can
because
slide it right on down.
I've recently, I work at this company, and they do research and on DNA genomes, all that stuff to try and figure out.
Good.
They
They try to
One of my
figure-
favorite subjects.
Yeah, they try to figure out how to cure people, and every Wednesday they have discussions on different topics that has to do with new medicines and if medicines are effective, what's going on with your body, and I would just be amazed at all the stuff that I'm sorry.
Here you go, brother.
I just be amazed at all the stuff that they be talking about in regards to the human body, and as there are researchers and scientists and doctors and students in here, and you start realizing that a lot of the stuff that's out there today that we ingest, including medicines, are not that good for us.
Right.
You know, so and everything always points back to food and what you ingest in yourself. So really, when you think about it, medicine is just a temporary fix to keep you going with the stuff that they give you today, like the food and everything. You just basically temporarily living.
Right.
Yeah. Look at the word hospital. It's a derivative of the word hospice. What does a hospice do? It keeps you medicated up, disconnected from your symptoms, which is your body communicating that something's wrong in the first place, to keep you medicated up and keep you spending money on pills until you die comfortably.
Right. Right.
That's a hospital ain't nothing but another hospital.
And I can't stay in a hospital. Oh my goodness.
So, a part of the title we put in there, alchemy, food alchemy. So when I hear you talk, that's what I hear, is you being an alchemist in the kitchen. Same thing with Alicia with her food. You know, it's a science behind it. And
surely.
yeah, so explain that. Why is that important? Or do you feel like if alchemy is not used, or at least science, or the thought behind what you're making, why you're making it, and giving it a purpose, you know, what does that say about the food that we're eating or the food that we go out and buy? Because it, like you said, the outer reflects the inner, or affects the inner. So if I'm cooking, if I'm buying something that is not made with my intention or out of love, then what does that do to my body?
Okay, man, you just opened You just opened
Everybody
it
trying
up.
to open it up.
So Ray, and then you gonna tell us about it. Well, never
Oh,
mind.
this
I
is
can
thumbs
tell.
up.
I can already tell because
Okay.
you smacking.
I'm on my-
You know
I'm on
what I'm
my
saying? I
second
can hear
bite.
you smacking. It's good.
I'm glad y'all enjoying it. Okay, like
Good.
all right, I wanna take it to the metaphysical for a minute.
Okay.
Okay, all right. Manifestation. Thought itself, right? Consciousness, what we call the all in all, the creator, right? Consciousness, infinite and everlasting, always was, is, and always will be, right?
Okay.
A thought, when you focus on one point of that consciousness, that's a thought, right? A thought can be symbolic to a pure energy, right? Now, that pure energy it's ushered to action by your will. Your will is the combination of your masculine and feminine energy. Your mind, masculine energy, and your heart, feminine energy. You combine those two, that equals your will. Your will ushers that pure energy thought to action. Action is symbolic of force, right? So repetitive force, repetitive action. Repetitive force, what is repetitive? Your habits, what you do day in and day out, your due diligence, right? That brings about a rhythm that manifests things into actual physical matter, what we can touch, this tangible world, right? Now, just like when you were in the womb, the first thing to form was your heart, and from the rhythm and vibrations of your heart, the rest of your physical mass was formed from this love song. When the earth is formed, the first thing that's formed is the heart of the earth, the core of the earth. Like it's a geocrystal, right? Have any of y'all seen the new Power Ranger movie?
Yeah.
Okay, you remember how Rita Repulsa built Goldar to dig to the middle of the earth and pull the core of the earth out? Right, that's real. Now, all of the vibrations from the core of the earth creates all of the mineral deposits from the core of the earth all the way to the outer crust, right?
Right.
Now, when we're all these fruits and vegetables that we're supposed to be eating, right? The reason why they're so good for us because they're planted into the earth, and what are they doing? They're drawing minerals out of the earth, right? Minerals, in essence, is solidified consciousness. You hear what I'm saying? Now, even down to the water that we're supposed to drink, real spring water, is flowing over mineral deposits, bringing minerals to us. Why do you think when you eat a certain way and you get the proper mineral contents in your body, you start to feel different? Feminine energy. From that feeling comes a different thought, masculine energy. From that thought, you create things, and things accumulate to reality, right? So there is a commune, there's a relationship going on with your food. Literally. You have everything from your whole lineage, all your ancestors going way, way back. All of that experience, this is scientific facts proven. All of that experience and information gets passed down in your genetic code. Like you ever heard of the Most High put the knowledge of all things within us? It's in your DNA. It's in your genetic code.
Okay.
That spiral of life, that DNA strand spinning and spinning around, right? Now, all of that experience passed down in your genetic code, right? It's dormant. It's in there, but it's dormant. It has to be unlocked with what is called due diligence, the way that you treat yourself, the way that you love yourself. So when you take in these proper minerals, like I said, those are like programs. They're unlocking things inside of you, right? Now your DNA, let's look at how this DNA works. Your DNA has something called RNA. RNA is the messenger of the DNA. The DNA has the information. It passes the information to the RNA. The RNA transfers that information to your physical mass, and it's like you're upgrading it, like an iPhone. You're upgrading, you're updating, you're getting better, right? Now, if you're not getting the proper mineral intake, right, you're not going to upgrade. You're going to be stagnant. You're going to level out. You're not going to evolve. You're not going to involve. You're going to, you feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's the importance of food. Food ain't just about, I want to eat something and have instant gratification. That's what it's become here in America, like instant gratification. Oh, as long as it tastes good and blah. But think about this. The average thing that actually tastes good, it don't feel good. How many times you eat a meal and you be like, well, before we came to this way we eat now.
I feel bad after I eat fast food.
You got to rest. Oh, I'm tired. I got to unbutton my pants. You know why you resting after you eat?
Why?
Because your body has to instantly start to repair and try to fix what you just did to yourself.
Right. Working overtime.
Exactly. The average person is like in a 24/7 constant like defense. Your body's defending itself against you. Your consciousness is in disagreement with your own physical mass. Your body is defending itself against the proverbial God of this earth. This is the earth. This is your consciousness. This is your God over your earth. So your God is in disagreement with your earth.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You got this look on your face, and you holding this pizza. What's up?
Oh, I'm just listening. This pizza's super good.
I'm glad you like it.
He's like, I just want to be able to take a bite.
Because
every now and
Joe
then.
took 5 seconds
He's
to
good.
inhale his
He
pizza.
demolished it.
It was good.
It was good.
Yes.
I'm glad y'all enjoying it, man.
Yes.
This
That's
is really
awesome.
good.
Now I gotta say this.
Go ahead,
because
go ahead.
I just watched the movie Lucy. Okay.
Okay.
Have y'all seen Lucy?
Yeah, Lucy. Yeah,
When
Lucy's a good movie.
When your brain get to another level, like 100% what you can do.
Yeah,
Right.
So when
optimum
you
level.
was just exactly. So like when you was just breaking down what you were saying about what we take in, what we digest, what we bring out into the world, what we can do when we start eating healthy and our bodies start to heal each other or heal itself.
And each other, that's right.
Yeah, and each other, because what we put out into the world is what
Yes.
we get back, right?
Sure indeed.
So the secret. So that's what came to mind when you was just talking to me about all these different ingredients and what our body needs, minerals and vitamins and things like that in a healthier way. So my next question, the reason why I bring that up, because a viewer did ask, where do you get your recipe or your ingredients? This is new to me, so I'm like totally blown away. I like to eat fast food and, turkey meat and stuff like that. So on the outside looking in, I'm blown away right now of how do I get started if I wanted to become a vegan. Because I know right now, we were just talking, like, if I were to just stop eating meat, I'm going to just die next week and say, I need all of that meat right now. So how do one person get started to become a vegan? Do we fast first to get rid of what we've already put in our bodies and then build?
And everybody, feel free to jump in on the discussion.
Alicia's ready for this question.
Yeah.
My answer is probably different. Go ahead.
That's good. That's okay, though, because
The
there's...
pizza's delicious, by the way. But
Oh, gratitude, love.
your knowledge is like, feed me as well.
I would say just a short answer. I would say it starts out with information. Because like I said, look at the word information. Information assists you in getting information to that which is agreeable to you, right? So the information, it's like a lot of people, some people jump on the bandwagon. Some people are following somebody else that has influence over them. Some people might have like a certain health thing that went on. They're like, well, let me try something different. If you don't have the information and have an understanding of why you're doing this, it's not going to last. It's going to be something that you try and it's going to fade away. So I would say like it's certain things that I recommend. Like I know everybody's seen What the Health. But I say the first two documentaries a person should watch as far as really understanding what's going on is What the Health and Cowspiracy. Because What the Health gives you a insight into what is this meat consumption doing to me on a micro level as far as me individually. Then Cowspiracy gives it to you on the macro level. What is meat consumption, the meat production industry, which is fueled by our meat consumption, what is it doing to the planet?
Right.
All of our most pressing economic issues and environmental issues around the world all are coming from the meat production industry. And people need to know that.
Wow.
Right. So in essence, eliminating animals that provide meat are messing with the ecosystem.
Oh man, species, and this is the leading cause: CO2 emissions, species extinction, ocean dead zones, destruction of the Amazon rainforest. I can go on. Every single problem that we have with this planet is literally because of the meat production industry.
Wow.
Animal agriculture is probably the losingest idea of mankind. It is in every regard the worst thing.
Right.
It's unbelievable how bad it is.
Wow.
Yeah.
And this shows that there's a lot of different counties around the world. The country that are like in protest over meat production because the waste of that is going into their local lakes and local ponds and all
The
that
soil,
stuff, and
everything.
there's a stench and a smell in these areas. So while we grabbing it off the shelf, they dealing with this bad smell and ingesting.
Right.
And all of it's not just smell. It's like some of the smell and what's happening to it when it gets processed is not bad. It's not good for you either. You're ingesting fumes and all kinds of different stuff living in these areas where they do that kind of stuff.
Alicia, what are your thoughts on that question? How do you start? The question was, the pizza
I'm
just
like,
got
I've
it.
been eating pizza the whole time.
The question was, how do you start being having a vegan diet?
Stop buying meat.
Just that simple.
But the temptation, though, just...
Yeah.
Okay, so to me, the hardest thing about transitioning to vegan, why I think a lot of people give it up, is because they don't realize that they can make the same food, like whatever you ate last night, you can make that vegan. So people are hungry. I was hungry. I was so hungry. I did not know what to eat. My kids were eating bean and rice like every day. I didn't know what to feed them until I realized I'm about to make these enchiladas, and I'm just gonna figure out how to make them. So, and even reaching out to people like us that can help you figure out, like, well, how can I make this? Because this pizza looks the bomb, and it is the bomb.
It is.
And just over here making like we had fried rice last night for dinner. That cost me like $2. It took like 10 minutes to make, and there's no eggs. It's tofu that I mashed up. So you can eat the same thing.
The alternative to meat, a lot of people say, is mushroom. Is there a certain kind of mushroom that you have to eat or can eat? Because
Mushrooms.
you think about mushrooms, a person like me, I'm thinking of the mushroom I see in the grass outside. What kind of mushroom are you supposed to eat?
it's like it's so many different kinds of mushrooms, and it's like mushrooms. There's so many different textures, and when you think about what they are, they're a fungus. They're extremely absorbent. So however you season it, it's gonna literally reflect that flavor.
Okay.
Like one of my dishes I do, I haven't been able to do it because the chanterelle mushrooms haven't been in season, but they're coming back in like about a month if I'm not mistaken. Chanterelle mushrooms literally have the exact texture of chicken. So I take chanterelle mushrooms, right, and I season them, oil them. Then I take garbanzo bean flour, and I do a wet batter and a dry batter. First I hit it with, and I season that the same way you would season like if you were gonna fry some chicken. And I take them mushrooms, and I hit them with that wet batter. Then I throw them in that dry batter. Then I deep fry my avocado with grapeseed oil, and it comes out. I call it chickenless chicken.
Wow.
And it's amazing.
It's so
Wow.
I like that.
It's just like that.
And there's something else called jackfruit that people
Yeah,
tell
that's
people what
very
that
popular.
is.
She better than I ain't never used jackfruit.
Yeah.
yet.
Talk
She
about
better at it
jackfruit.
than me.
It's a fruit that is a meat substitute, and it gives you a feeling kind of like pulled pork, if you will.
Okay.
But it's healthy for you, and you can make tacos. You can make like a sandwich out of it. Put you some barbecue sauce on it. So it's pretty much that give you that meat feeling without killing an animal.
Right,
having
right.
Toxicity.
So it's for people who want that texture and that feel of eating
Like
some
she
meat.
said, like, oh my God.
Is it
like,
that
what am I
bad
gonna
that
do
we gotta
without
have it
meat?
because of that?
I mean, you got to think you're dealing with an addiction that goes
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
It's a
Years.
chemical addiction. It's a mental addiction. It's emotional, and it's been going on for years. And not
Right.
only has it been going on for years, it's generational.
And also, it's a convenient food. Like
Right.
she's like, she'll eat her McDonald's, whatever, fast food, because people don't want to take the time out to prepare. You have to prepare vegan food.
Yeah.
Right.
And a lot of people are on
Very
the
much
go.
so.
They don't
Yeah, that's
prepare.
true. That's
So
true.
that's where food, people who do food prep come in and things of that nature.
Right.
And it's hard to find vegan restaurants if you're on the go to get those meals. So so it does.
Which brings us to
definitely- even being a
Indie Veg
vegetarian.
Fest.
I will just
Yes.
point out there is a resource on our website, indievegfest.com.
Yeah.
There's a restaurant map, and we have over 200 restaurants listed on there.
Wow.
that have
Can you
vegan
tell us?
options.
Give us that website.
Yes,
Awesome.
indievegfest.com.
Indie Veg Fest.
IndieVegFest.com.
Put that in the
Tell
comments.
us about some of the vendors you have for the event.
Yeah, we have over 30 food vendors. So we have, if you prefer 3 Carrots, which just
Yes,
opened
been
in Fountain
there.
Square. They're probably the biggest deal in town. They'll be there. Vegasaurus will be there. We have the Owlery from Bloomington.
Okay.
Yeah, we have.
People coming from all over.
Yeah, it's pretty much statewide, and we pull people down from Chicago, up from Cincinnati, up from Louisville. So it's a regional event for sure. Yeah.
Okay.
And locally, there's Miss Murray's Naturals,
Okay.
and there is Mama P's Bakery, who's on 34th in Georgetown. And they do vegan chocolate chip cookies and cakes and cupcakes.
Nice. Why is it? Here's the thing. Like, obviously, it's easy to access poor food that will mess your body up. Why is it being approved by the FDA? Why? What is the? Is it money? Well, you know
good
why?
question.
The bottom line is always
It's
about
a
the money.
Because there's medicines, there's foods, all this stuff is being approved, and it's not good for us over time. So they're saying they're banking on you just using it temporarily. Some of these people have been eating and using this stuff for years.
It's good for a few. So therefore, it's for all of us.
What's that? What's good for a few?
I mean, it's good for a few, as in the people who are making money off of it.
Oh,
Right,
I got
right.
you.
So
Okay.
Yeah.
therefore, for instance, a lot of people in Indiana probably don't have kids with this lifestyle right now, so they don't understand. Like, I have a 3-year-old, and so for her to go to daycare, she hasn't been in daycare, because daycares, a lot of times, if they're through the state, they get federal
Government-funded
funding
food.
for food,
Yeah.
and she can't eat that, so she can't go.
Right. That makes sense.
No, it's terrible. It's tragic.
Yeah.
And my kids' school lunch at school, I pay more because it's a la carte, because they don't take the protein.
Right.
And they all starting to do that now.
Because there's a lot of other things that are protein. But that's how it is. But more of us need to become vegan so that that's not an issue anymore.
Right.
I'm from Arizona, where they already do vegetarian
Arizona.
lunches, right? So
Well, shout out to y'all for paving the way.
Yeah. And
I
I
mean-
think Indiana might be, well, in your opinion, you think Indiana might be, and you're from Cincinnati, Poe.
ma'am.
You're from Arizona. You from here, Joe?
from Rochester, New York.
Okay.
Man,
So
we got people from all
so
over
what
the country.
I know,
here.
right? So what do you think about Indiana? And me and Poe kind of talked about this on the phone in regards to our slow progress to this lifestyle. Especially considering, I mean, New York, I would imagine, you know, you have, what do you call them? What are the juice stores? What are those stores? Juice bars. You have juice bars. You have all these other options.
Bigger city,
I know
more
for sure in New
opportunities.
York, right? Because it's bigger city. And then have Indiana. You know, we are. I don't know if we still are, but at one point we were the largest state in
We got
regards
the
to
fattest
obesity.
people.
We got the fattest
Yeah.
people, right? So, what do you think about Indiana in regards to that progress? Are we there? Are we getting there?
We are getting there.
Okay,
It's really turned in the past 5 years, I would say.
that's a good turnaround.
I would say it was from pretty far behind to probably above average for vegan. And the best
Okay.
thing about living in Indiana as a vegan is it's cheaper. You
Oh,
don't-
really?
You don't have to go to Portland and spend a bunch of money on housing, or San Francisco, or any coastal
Oh, yeah.
city.
Mhm,
You can
cost
live
of
here,
living.
be vegan, and it's affordable, and
Mm-hmm.
it's not as easy or prevalent here, but you can do it, and the options are getting better every day. There's more restaurants every day
Mm-hmm.
offering vegan options, so I think it's pretty good.
One of our viewers had a question for Alicia. What kind of, hold on, let me make sure I get that question right. The question was, how do you come up with your food ideas?
Because I'm chunky and I sit on my couch and I think of things that I want to eat and then just try to figure out how can I make that vegan. I think it's fun. I don't even like cooking. I just want to come up with the food and the recipes.
How many items do you
Yeah,
have
tell
on
us
your menu?
about some of your menu items.
So when we open back in April, so we'll have the Southern fried cauliflower and the Louisiana fried cauliflower.
Is that new or?
No, you've had the Southern fried.
I had both. I'm not gonna
Oh,
lie.
you've
I
had
went
both.
back
Okay.
twice. On that day, I went back twice. I got the one that had it was
Wait a
like
minute.
Asian kind
You
of.
was at the. Who had the truck at the?
She had the truck at the black.
That was your
business
truck?
block party.
I know you made some money because you
You
was
sure
like one of
did.
the only food trucks that had food out there. After a while,
Back to back. Yeah.
I mean, all the fat people food was gone, and then it was Vegasaurus in the building.
Yep.
Yeah, so I had the it had an Asian. One of them had barbecue sauce on it.
Oh, you had the non-extinction.
Okay, that's
Okay.
what I had, and then the other one had an Asian kind of. I think it had a green sauce or something on it. Whatever it was really good. I had two different kind. I know for sure.
Well, I know when we open back up, we'll have the Southern fried cauliflower, which will be, it's called the omnivore. So it's the Southern fried cauliflower, which is supposed to be like a fried chicken. And then with coleslaw and barbecue sauce. And you can get it on a bun, in a sandwich, or on a
Okay,
wrap.
yeah, that's the one. I had.
And then we'll have the mammoth, which is Louisiana fried. So it's supposed to be like shrimp. So it's a po' boy. Or you can get the bites with the sauce. And then now we have the Vegasaurus, which is us. This is so fat, you guys. It's a sloppy Joe, but it's layered with garlic fries and fried onions, and it has garlic sauce, and it's a sandwich, and it's so good. It's super good. So we'll have that. We have kids menu now, so we'll have kids meals, and I feel like that's mostly what I think. That's like the base of what we're gonna have on the menu, but I'm excited to open.
Sounds very interesting.
Yeah, that sounds
I
really
know.
good.
I can't
Sounds
wait.
really
I
good.
can't wait to get back on my
I
track.
want to talk about the African American diet, because there's so many things that we've just adopted that we eat all the time, that we eat just because grandma make it.
Right.
And that
And-
would be fried chicken,
Fried chicken,
Pig
pig
feet,
feet, chitlins,
greens,
all this. Some of this stuff I don't
fatback,
eat, but it's stuff that I've heard
almonds,
at
KY,
family reunions
all
that
the
are very
parts of the rump
popular.
Pig.
So let's go over why. I mean, obviously, some of this stuff was adopted from slavery, where basically a lot, they got scraps. So they took the scraps and they decided that, you know what, I'm gonna take this pig tongue, I'm gonna turn it to a delicacy. We've done a lot of that, and now a lot of this stuff is being eaten at family. How do we turn this around and start eating better and healthy? What is the solution to getting people off of this? And it's not just black folks. Obviously there's all races devour chicken and pork chops and all this other stuff, but we have a very, very bad diet. When it comes to all kinds of different things. What do we need to do to turn this around? What are the first steps to saying maybe how grandma was cooking wasn't great? What can I do to change my diet?
Well, that's what I meant when I was speaking on, when I was saying that it's different levels of addiction, from chemical to mental, physical, generational. Like, look at the word generation. Everything's energy. So every 10 years, look at the 10. It's one, and there's a circle, right? A cipher or a circle is anything complete within itself. So when you go to 10, that's just one complete cycle, right? So every 10 years is a generation. There's energy being generated, right? So we have a generational addiction as far as the energy that's accumulated from our family before us, and they pass it to us. And as far as my insight, as far as remedying that, it's about getting back in tune with our basic principles. We have basic guiding principles. One of those basic guiding principles is reciprocity. That means that every relationship present in my life, it should be reciprocal.
Right.
It should be a love being exchanged.
Right.
Right? So how many people love...
And you speak of not just food, but everything around you, which will obviously come back to the way you eat.
Yes.
Okay.
That's the core, because consume isn't just eating. Consume means to take in. And the way that we're built, everything that we consume, we assimilate with. We become one with it. Right? So how many people love a food like, oh, I love steak, or I love pork chops, but does it love you back?
That's a good
When it
question.
gets into your body, what does it do? You feel what I'm saying? So it's not just about information is the key, right? Because like we said, information is getting information, right? But it has to be information based on reciprocity of love. Like, I love myself, so I only want to take in things. I only want to have a relationship with things that love me back. You feel me? It's certain basic principles that will guide us.
We've learned to adapt to this, like, bad food. Like for me, and I'll use myself as an example because I used to drink coffee a lot.
Right.
I just stopped drinking coffee like all the time because it used to help me stay awake. But then I get migraines and start seeing flashes, and I start thinking like, dang, what am I doing every day? And I start thinking like, dang, it's something in the sweetener, aspartame.
Oh,
So I eliminated aspartame. I eliminated the sweetener, and it still didn't go away. So I'm like, my diet is still bad. I started drinking more water, stopped drinking milk, and start eating more like vegetable stuff, and all of a sudden I'm feeling more alert. So it's almost like I had to stop eating some of the stuff that I was and drinking some of the stuff I was thought that helped me operate daily.
What
And I think a lot of
aspartame
people. I've read some stuff and I know it's
And I don't mean
bad.
to cut
I don't
you
know.
off.
I don't know exactly what it is, but I know if it's on the package, it's bad.
It turns to formaldehyde at 86 degrees. Your
Wow.
body temperature is like 96.8 degrees.
98.
So it's like this little trick the FDA plays. We approve things in these small little increments, or it's in this chemical state,
Yeah.
but once it gets into your body's chemistry, it turns to something else.
Right.
So when that aspartame gets into your system and it gets to your body temperature, it turns to formaldehyde. So you're
Wow.
like being embalmed while you're alive.
Wow.
All the itises, stiffening, and all other
That's
problems.
horrible.
Yeah.
I mean, and can we let's talk about soda. Soda is one of those things, especially diet, because that diet soda has aspartame in it. Talk about why it's bad to drink soda.
Takes 32 cups of water to neutralize the acidity in one 12-ounce can. You
Wow.
can start there.
Say that again.
Wow.
It takes 32 cups of water to neutralize the acidity in one 12-ounce can of soda.
Wow. So and our bodies are full of water, right?
73
Naturally.
to 86% water.
Naturally. So the more soda and the more foreign drinks that we drink, we're turning it around, which is why things shut down in our body. Like I was speaking with a woman, Cindy. Shout out to Cindy, Cindy Hart. She had a conversation with me about how your body, there's parts in your body and things, cells and bloodstream and everything that shut down because you take in all these other things, and your body's like, well, if you're bringing it in with that, then what do I need to make it for? So parts of your body start shutting down, and which is why people get diabetes. Your body can't produce sugars
Your
anymore.
pancreas.
So you got to inject sugar in yourself to stay alive, and that's sad. So she was
Insulin.
Yeah, she was saying that some sodas do that as well because of the high fructose sugars. So I mean, like, it just so many different things that we've just adopted. If you had a family reunion and there's a case of pops, give me a soda. You know what I'm saying? You're not even thinking about all these different things. It's not until you get older and you start realizing, like, man, I can't drink pop. When I drink pop, I get sleepy, slow, draggy. Some people, they drink soda and it makes them hyper. I get sleepy. So I just don't drink it because it makes me feel weird. But I mean, that's just for me. That's my personal example of how that is. And can we speak on why? How can we turn that around from a drinking perspective?
I think that, like she was
Scoot
saying,
up a little
it
bit more,
starts-
Tisha. Thank you.
It starts with, we have children. I don't know if everybody in here have children. It starts with our children. It starts with us learning and then bringing them up in a different way than what our parents did. So I homeschooled my children and didn't feed them meat and things of that nature. How I transitioned, I went on a 21-day fast. All raw, not a fast, but an all raw smoothie diet for 21 days. And during that time, I took the time to educate myself. I read positive materials. I started reading about PETA and all the practices they were doing with animals. And I was just informing myself. So after that 21 days was over and I felt better, I suffered from headaches when I was a child. And the reason I connected it as I got older is because we had a high meat intake at our home because my mother's husband was a gamer. We had rabbits and deers. So that's why I had headaches, because I was constipated. But it wasn't until I got older and I cleansed my body and then I started to train up my children in the way that they should go, that now they have a certain standard that they hold, and they're going to teach their children that. So you begin to break down the cycles. So
Right. You got to stop it. I mean, and when that becomes a behavior, then you stop doing that. And I had a conversation with someone else, and they were saying that I have many conversations, but I had a conversation with someone else, and they were talking about how animals that don't eat meat are like some of the biggest animals in the world, like elephants, and all they eat is plants.
Herbivores.
So
Yeah.
and then all the animals that eat a lot of meat are real lean and small. That tells us something, right?
well, nature is our best teacher.
Sure
We have to
indeed.
follow nature. Nature and its principles, that's our blueprint. But we've got removed from nature, and we've taken on society's ways, the patriarchal white male ways,
Synthesized
and
world.
things like
Sure,
that. So
sure.
now we're not living in our true nature, and we just have to get back to those principles.
Right. Absolutely.
Quick question from
Go
one
ahead.
of the viewers. If there is a connection, the body's connection or a proper connection with body and food, is there such a thing?
You say
A
what?
proper connection with body and the food that we eat? Is there like
And that's what you were saying about the thoughts and everything and
Yeah.
how we are the earth.
Oh, I love that question. Okay. With your everything in your body, as far as your state or your progress, it's all chemistry. Everything that happens in your body is a chemical reaction. Like your brain, like the neuron fires, the neurotransmitter carries that from the brain to your physical mass, right? By way of your endocrine system, which is all the glands that secrete the hormones that control all of your body's chemistry, and your nervous system, right? Now, neurotransmitters is the key, right? As far as building you and furthering you and operating you, right? What if I told you that more neurotransmitters come from your stomach than your actual brain, and that your stomach is your biggest brain and your brain in your head is your second brain?
I heard somebody else say that.
Okay, explain that.
You ever
Expound
heard,
on that.
You ever heard them say you are what you eat?
yeah?
That's actual fact.
Okay.
Like the accumulation of what you are. We ain't talking about who you are. Who you are feeds ego. It strokes vanity. It's
Right.
really a trap. Who you are means nothing. It's about what you are. The
Right.
accumulation of what you are literally your stomach has more to do with that than your brain. Literally. So if you're eating certain things and you're drinking, if you're eating disagreeable things, you're drinking disagreeable things, then you're going to be disagreeable. Your existence is going to be disagreeable. It's like, okay, look at the elements, right? Water holds the most memory out of all the elements. Let's think about why. You know, water is symbolic of wisdom. Look at your body. We said you're 73 to 85% water, right? Now, we talked about minerals being information, right? Which is the information going to all of the different parts of your body so your body knows what it's supposed to be doing, right? How is the information being networked from system to system, organ to organ? Look at the organ is the boss. The system behind that organ is its job, and it has employees, right? Now, how is the information, the directives, getting networked throughout your body from the systems? Your waterways. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So it gives you a deeper insight as to the importance of circulation, your pH balance, and all of that. You were just asking about soda.
Yeah.
If you're drinking sodas every day, you're throwing your body's pH balance
That's
off.
right.
Your whole body's acidic. So now what is it? It's the perfect environment for sickness and disease. Disease just means dis-ease of your body's natural state.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, man, it's like there is an exact direct correlation between the things that you consume and what you exist as. Because like I said before, whatever we take in, whatever we consume, we assimilate and become one with it. So there's no way you can take in disagreeable things and have an agreeable existence. Like you can't even be an intelligent person. You can't even be a compassionate person. You can't even love yourself. And if I can't love myself, I can't love you. Look at the world right now. Look at what we're doing to the planet. Look at what we do to each other. Look at what people do to animals. You don't see the connection in what we're eating and what we're consuming and the way we treat ourselves and the way we treat each other and the way we treat this planet. Let's talk about vibrations again. Everything in this existence is vibrating on a certain frequency. There's a certain frequency of vibration that sickness sets in, every sickness. There's a certain frequency, there's a last frequency before you die. Right? That's why we say we need to take in living food. I don't even like saying I'm a vegan. I'm a practitioner of living food, high vibrational food. Like if you take, have you guys seen that video where they take the light bulb and they hook it up to the key lime juice, and it lights the light bulb up. Then they begin to put the synthetic sugar in there, and the light dims, then it goes out. Right? So the foods have the same spirit or high vibration that animates our flesh, animates everything living on this planet. So when we're consuming those things that are high vibrational, we vibrate higher. When you consume meat, it's dead. It's not vibrating. So what is it going to do? It's going to lessen your vibration to the lower vibration, to those sicknesses and diseases of your body set in, until the last vibration before you die. Now, let's get into this ritual they're doing in these slaughterhouses. This is a ritual they're doing to where they beat these animals and make sure they die in extreme agony and fear and pain. Remember we talked about chemical secretions? All those chemical secretions of fear and agony and pain and terror, all of that comes out of the animal's brain and soaks into the meat. Then they slaughter it up and chop it up and sell it to you. And you think you eating that, and you think those chemical secretions ain't affecting your chemistry in your body? You hear what I'm saying?
Wow.
Yeah, that's deep.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
Which is why, even if you look at the crime rate and things like that,
Yes,
what are they
I was
eating?
just thinking that.
They're eating all of this
What is
low
their diet?
vibrational food.
Right.
And
Wow.
and just to throw this out, I know we talk about teaching and education. I'm sorry, I just can't help it. It's just me.
You're a teacher.
But I mean, I say this all the time. What you say, Ray?
You're a teacher. You get to do your
It's in me, huh? And I say this about, in education. One of the ways where they're trying to figure out how do we solve this crisis in education. First thing you need to do is change the diet of the students that we're teaching. That is number one.
Vital.
But the thing is, you can start in school and change the lunch program, but you can't change what's going on at home.
Does the menu
You know,
change based
unless
on
you educate the parents.
if you go to a school that private school, you gotta pay for that. It's like a university. Is the food better?
No.
I don't know. Honestly, I don't
Some
know.
private schools, no, they still offer processed food.
Yeah.
Because they on a budget. They gotta
Right.
fit their food into the budget. But there are a lot of schools. Transitioning over to healthy foods. I think like 10 of them so far that I read in Indianapolis. So they're getting there, but I mean, public schools, private schools on like a large scale, they haven't yet because it doesn't fit into their budget,
Right.
and their bottom line is always what they're
Saving
dealing with.
money.
Man, we basically figured out a way for our bodies to tolerate food long enough for us to get off this earth.
Man.
That's basically what we're doing with all the medicines and
deep.
all the stuff that
deep.
we take. We're
That's
just
real.
basically tolerating living.
Yeah.
For as long as the
living
food
what
is
we
actually gonna hold you.
eating whatever we want to
Revolve.
live a little longer.
Revolve. Instead of evolving, just revolving.
Yeah.
I have a quick question then. What should our cabinet look like? What should our seasonings look like in our cabinet? Because I'm just used to Lowry's.
Right, I was just about to say, is it Lowry's?
So what's
Is lemon pepper bad? Tell me right now, please don't
Bust
burn
a
my
lot of
heart.
bubbles
I mean,
with that
You
lemon
have
pepper.
wanna
organic
get to the
versions of
point.
all the seasons, love. Like it's about this. You gotta think about it. However you eat right now, you didn't start out like some master chef.
Right.
Even the foods you know how to cook and that you like, it was a process of learning and experiencing. Not
Right.
even learning, just experiencing.
Right.
And when you experience, you earn. You feel me?
Right.
It's just like you've earned what you've accumulated to right now. So it's just about going in a different direction. Like when I started going this way, I went through my steps. First, I was like, when I learned about certain things, I was cold turkey vegan. I didn't even know how to eat vegan. I was going to Kroger's, getting big spring salad mixes and dumping ramen noodles in it, stirring it up and eating. I didn't even know how to eat.
Right.
So I had to go through my process of just relearning. But as far as the seasonings, they have organic versions of every season. Seasonings ain't nothing but plants and minerals.
Yeah, because I want to get to the point where I'm gonna get this plant right here because I know it's gonna cure something.
Yes.
that's
Yeah,
in my body.
that's what it's
You know,
about.
Yeah.
That's what it's
where I
supposed to
wanna
be
get
about.
You have to be scientists in your own kitchen.
Yes,
Right.
true
Well, Dr.
indeed,
Sebi
true
became
indeed.
that guy who figured out all the different things that you should eat that heal certain parts of the body.
True indeed, true indeed.
Yeah.
And
Live
even-
on to the OG.
And in relationships, you know, I think Brother Nuri talked about this when he was on the show, being in relationships, and if you're whoever is the cook, you know, in the relationship, you know, being the scientist in the kitchen to be able to cook those foods with those ingredients that help, you know, that pertain to your lifestyle or your husband's lifestyle. If he's in construction work, you know, what kind of diet or lifestyle should he have? What kind of seasonings do you want to give him? What helps prolong his energy and all those types of things, and vice versa. If you're a nurse, you know, you work all day and your husband's the cook. How's my wife going to be able to sustain throughout the whole day? If I fix her this, you know, is she going to crash by 12? You know,
Yeah.
so sorry.
Should people should people be tired after they get done eating?
No,
You shouldn't be tired.
absolutely not. Because if you think about what you're doing when you're eating, you're getting your body minerals, you're getting your body
Fuel.
the fuel that it needs to
Right,
operate and
right.
function.
You should be ready to go after that.
Yeah, like okay. I mean, when you wake up in the morning, the first thing that you should be putting into your body is water, and room temperature water, not no ice cold water, because cold
Right.
slows things down. It slows your body systems down, and your body systems need to be moving at optimal function, right?
Right.
So when you wake up, you should drink water first and foremost. You shouldn't even put not even no good food, right? Not into your body until at least noon.
Mm-hmm.
You need to get that water in your body so your system.
Somebody else said it. Explain why is it noon? Why shouldn't people eat until noon?
Because you got to think about it. When you wake up in the morning, the reason they call it breakfast is because you're breaking a natural fast your body goes into every night,
Right.
right? So when you're coming out of that, you got to kind of ease your way. Like you got to get your systems warmed up. You can't just throw nothing in there.
Right.
It's like basically
Like warming up the car.
Yeah, warming
Right.
up the car. I was just about to say that. Warming
Okay.
up the car. That's exactly
Okay.
what it is.
We had a question from a viewer. Can adoption of a vegan lifestyle heal existing health issues?
Surely, my testimony speak on that alone.
Speak on that testimony.
Listen, everything they ever said was wrong with me vanished when I started loving myself the way I do now. I'm
Can
talking
you-
about, I had asthma to where I couldn't walk up the steps without breathing hard. I run 7-10 miles on the Monon Trail now, no problem. Like,
Wow.
I'm a Fitbit fanatic. You feel me? Like everything that was, I used to have some severe acid reflux. I'm talking about all type of issues. I'm talking about headache, all type of stuff. Everything that was ever wrong with me medically that they tried to give me, and I never was one for the pills and medication. I never liked medicine, even when I didn't even know why I shouldn't. My nature never agreed with it, right? But ever since I started living like this, I don't even. You know how people get sick, like they be having like, oh, this is flu season and this and that's going around. I'd be like, I'd be over there like, hey, I'd be cool.
I agree. I get sick once a year, and it's
Yeah.
not even like a real sick. Sick.
Yeah, and I bet you when you get sick, somebody got you sick.
Probably.
You feel me?
Probably.
So it's like this to me, I don't even like saying like another reason I don't like calling myself a vegan, like, oh, I'm a vegan. It's like this isn't a diet. This is a culture.
Yes.
There's no other, like, look at the word culture. It's cultivate. You feel me? This is the way to truly cultivate your metaphysical spiritual presence in the physical form here on earth. This is the only way. There's no other option. You feel me? So I don't say this is not a diet. This is not like something, oh, I can do this or I can do that. Ain't no or.
Right.
I can live or I can die. That's the only or. I
Right.
can live or I can die. I can be healthy or I can be sick. I can be happy or I can be sad and depressed. You feel me? I can be productive and progressive or I can be stagnant. You feel me? And
Yeah.
that's what it is. So if you're not, it's just, man, it's as simple as loving yourself. It's
Right.
that simple. Like I know my life before this lifestyle, and I know my life now. I would never go back. Nothing on this earth could ever make me live any other way than
Man,
I'm living now.
I'm trying to get
like,
there.
I love it. I love myself.
Yeah.
I love my people. I love the earth. I love dogs, and I love everything. I love nature.
Everything moving.
Man, do you know how arrogant we are as far as, check this out. Look around you. There is absolute perfection going on. Everything is supporting our life. We are the perfect distance away from the sun to not be burnt to a crisp by it.
Right.
It brings us warmth and energy, and everything's growing, and then gravity with the water and the tide. Like, it's like, okay, you got certain dirt mites that when they dig and they lay their eggs and the eggs hatch, it's making the soil where things grow. You got plants that's taking pure solar energy, transforming it into plant bud, which is chlorophyll, so photosynthesis can take place. Like bees pollinating the flowers. Like, do you know everything is supporting our life?
Right.
Everything on this planet is supporting our life. But look how we do everything.
We taking it away, making it
Right.
extinct, and
You hear me?
Yeah.
Right.
So it's a point to where we gotta move the distractions away, like entertainment. The word entertainment, entertainmentality. We've become a society and a culture driven on entertainment. Entertainment is nothing but a distraction. We need to get away from that entertainment and get back into information. Because the information is gonna change. Like, you can't have this information and not be moved by it.
Right.
You can't know the truth and not be moved by it. You feel me? But when you're distracted by the lie, you can't see the truth. Now you can be all goofy and dizzy and doing all this stuff that we've been doing.
Right.
But when you get the truth, you have no choice but to be moved by the truth. Period. Because the truth is equivalent to what we call God.
Right.
You hear what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah, absolutely. Joe, are you a vegan?
Yes.
How were you always vegan?
No, I went vegan 6 years ago.
Okay. Can you describe the difference and how you feel going day to day from when you weren't a vegan to now being a vegan?
I feel much, much, much better. I mean, it's night and day. And I was I had a terrible diet. I was eating fast food every day. I felt terrible. I mean, it was stupid, really, to do that to yourself every day. And I was just like, if I keep doing this, I was going down the wrong road, And the choice was pretty simple. Like, one day I just decided to eat a salad, and I felt good. And I just like, well, I'm going to continue doing this. And
Right.
it's been 6 years now, so it can, it's the best decision I ever made. And anybody can make that decision with their next meal. And it's a daily decision. They can make that choice.
I
Absolutely.
want to throw a couple of controversial questions out. First one being, because I get this a lot. I'm not vegan, but I've been eating, I haven't had meat in, I guess, 9 years, I think. 9 years? No, 7 years I haven't had meat. But then I always run into meat eaters and pork eaters to say, my grandmother lived till she was 99 or whatever, whatever age. And she was vivacious and energetic and all these things. And, what do you say to those people that counter, I don't have to eat plants because my grandmama ate meat, or I eat meat, I'm fine, I have a clean bill of health. So how do you counter that? Because my counter is always, how much longer would grandma have lived
Sure.
if she ate better?
Sure.
It's the difference between survival and success. It's like
okay.
we were, for a certain amount of time, we were just surviving. That's all we were doing. But we're transitioning out of just the age of survival into actually succeeding. Okay, we are extremely dynamic, like resilient, amazing beings. Just like when you get to studying the human body and our psychology and how everything works and how everything correlates in the harmony of yourself and how it correlates with the harmony of nature and the planet and the harmony of the universe, and getting into physics, quantum physics, and really having an understanding of what's really going on here. It's like we were able to survive for so long because it's like extremely hard to look at everything going on. The water's poison, the food's poison, we got cell phone towers, we got radiation, we got all these things going on, and yet we still persist. But I ask you this: what would happen if we started to do the things that complement us and add on to the harmony?
People will start living longer. Probably 150 years. From 0 to 100. I mean, if you think about it, starting from all the way from being a kid. I mean, I think at this point it's kind of generational now, because
Yeah.
I do believe that generation after generation of eating, like we're all tainted, right? You know, but I think that can begin somewhere.
Yeah.
And then I think eventually, if everybody became vegan, let's say everybody started eating like they were supposed to be eating, say within the next 20, 30 years, we have people living today 120, 130 years old.
A whole nother world. It's like, okay, we can talk all day about what's available to us. Okay, Monsanto, they're the reason 70% of the food in the stores is available to us is GMO food, right? But it wouldn't matter if we didn't buy it.
That's true. We still
grew
got
it
a hand in it.
ourselves.
As simple as that. If we like, it's so simple, but
You say, why do you feed me this? And then you go buy chips.
and then you go buy it. And then you go buy it. If we all collectively just start like something as simple as just gardening again. Like I just had an experience this past summer to where the only vegetables I bought out of the store were avocados, and I was getting like mango, like fruit mangoes, but all of the vegetables that I was eating came out of a community garden that we had downtown Indianapolis. I'm talking about everything from the kales, the chars, the onions, the eggplants, the squashes, the chives, watermelons, strawberries, pears. Like we was growing everything, and it was one of the most beautiful experiences. Like, I actually have, I'm gonna share them too after this. I got some lives where I went live from the garden, and I was correlating principles in life and principles in gardening. But it was one of the most like eye-opening experiences that I ever experienced, man. Just being in commune, like. I just learned so much just from gardening. And it's like, man, I see why it was so vital, like, because it teaches you to put in the work to get out the worth. Because everything, think about how we train these days.
Right.
You don't have, like, even with food, everything's ready. You get sold off, it's like an image-driven society. You look at the label, and it's like this image, mama's stove top. You're like, oh yeah, mama cooked this for me. You feel me? And then they look all good with the certain colors, and they know the chakra colors and what it does as far as attracting your brain and your eye. So they got the certain colors, and you okay, let me get that. All you gotta do is heat it up and eat it. Okay, now this is the difference: image and identity. Image is you look at that package, mama's stove and the colors and all that. But the identity is flip it around. What are the ingredients? Right. You feel what I'm saying? Remember we talked about that long word, monostudio food. You only know what monostudio food mean. But look at the food additive dictionary. You can download the app on your phone. It's called the Food Additive Dictionary. Type that long word in there. Baby pig butt. Whoa. I don't want no more monostudio glutamate.
Right.
You feel me?
Right.
It's like a secret code.
Right.
They keep us so distracted with the cycle of perpetual debt. I gotta go to work. I gotta get some money. I gotta pay these bills. That becomes the theme of your whole life.
Right.
You're completely distracted by that perpetual debt, not knowing that if we really get back into the resources of the land, gardening and actually getting into the resources of the land, networking with other people who are still tuned in with the resources of the land. We are really the power, literally the people.
Right.
What is the U.S. dollar backed by?
People.
Yes,
Right.
man labor, right, and oil, literally. So we are literally the power. So if we really just completely say, you know what, forget that whole system and get back into a more natural system, man, we can change the world,
It's
man.
like getting pulled out the matrix.
Yeah, literally,
Right.
literally. No,
Unplug
literally
yourself,
though,
right.
literally it is.
Joe, does the Indie Food Fest offer? Do you have vendors that are co-ops or urban farmers or anything like that?
Yes, we do. I can't think of them off the top of my head. I'm sorry, but
That's okay.
We do have co-ops there. Yes.
Okay.
You said there's a list on the website.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, on our website we have a full list of vendors. We have around 100 vendors this year.
So for people that are going to the Indie Veg Fest, so what types of people do you have, or what types of people do you expect? Because I know I'm going to have my Alicias, I'm going to have my Joes and my Poes over there, because, you guys are very well versed and you're in the lifestyle. And then what other kind of people can you expect? Because when I think of Indie Veg Fest, if I'm a meat eater, even just looking at the title of this show, and I'm not, and that's not me, I can see myself saying, okay, they're talking about veggies. They pushing that agenda again, So what can someone who is like, who's a debater, or someone who's just like, you know what, this is not for me, just tell us the people that you should see at the Indie Veg Fest.
We expect all kinds at Indie Veg Fest. It's a celebration of the vegan community of Indianapolis for sure. But we'll have omnivores there too.
So nobody's like checking your wristband to see if you're a vegetarian or vegan or
we
anything
welcome,
like that.
We welcome all
Too much
kinds.
meat, you can't come
Right,
in.
right.
Yeah. We welcome all kinds. We welcome people that enjoy delicious food. The veg curious. I'm sure there's people out there that,
Curious, okay.
yeah, that they hear about veganism, they wonder what it is and how they can do it. Don't know how to cook or don't know what to eat.
Okay.
We welcome all kinds. Yeah, there's Vegasaurus. Yep, they'll be there.
Are you gonna be there too?
Oh nah, no.
Okay.
No.
We're gonna get him there
I
next
I
year.
might come, but it's like I didn't know about it until
Okay.
like recently.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, the man's
We'll-
right.
we'll
there.
get you
Get
next
him in
year.
there.
I
Yeah,
want to get
surely,
both of them
surely.
there next year.
Surely, we
Good.
would love to be a part of it.
We need more food vendors.
So my other controversial question, my last controversial question is, what do you say to the people that say, and we had a show last Tuesday where somebody said that there's actually a video on YouTube that says that didn't he say something like veganism was a trick of the Illuminati?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then and then you got people that say like it's a cult and all kinds of things about vegans. So what
Somebody
do
that
you
always
say
turned
about
it into
that?
something that it's not.
I mean, you can find any YouTube video that will say anything, right? I mean, I'm sure there's YouTube videos that say meat eaters are cults.
Yeah.
I don't really subscribe to any of that. I mean, people are just people, and we're making choices as best we can.
Right.
It's called propaganda. That's
Yeah.
what it is. To flood everybody with so much useless, pointless, irrelevant, goofy information that no one knows where to stand on anything.
Right.
That's what it is. So
Right.
like I said, you got to get back to those principles to guide you through the mess.
It's crazy because I seen something that made sense. What was it? Somebody said, well, you should not eat meat anymore because of this and that. Then I seen a post 2 days later that said, this is why you should eat meat. So
Wow.
it's always somebody to counter the counter, right?
Yeah, true indeed.
Now,
It's
one
crazy.
of the viewers, Holly, had a question about: is there any supplements that you guys take with eating clean and vegan? Like, do you still take your vitamins over the counter?
Vitamins.
Yeah.
Vitamin schmitamin. I'll let what's it, Joe.
Yeah.
Go ahead, answer.
Yeah, it's very important to take a multivitamin. I mean, everybody should be doing that, right? It's just a good idea to supplement what you're eating. Just make sure you're getting everything. And in particular, B12 is really important. You do not want to be in a deficit of B12. And
What is B12? What is it significant to?
B12, I think you should probably explain this better than I can, but B12 is in the dirt. And actually, meat eaters that get B12 are getting from the animals that are in the
Second
dirt.
hand.
But if you're in a B12 deficit, that's a really bad thing. So I would highly recommend you supplement that.
Okay.
The reason I say like vitamin schmitamin is because like when you take it from its natural source. Anytime you take something from the source, the moment you remove it from the source, like the enzymes begin to deplete. All of the nourishment in it begins to deplete. And then a lot of us are like thousands and thousands of miles away from these nutrients. So
Right.
okay, when you take those different things from their source and you process them, right? You create these vitamins. They're no longer in their natural state. They got to go through the whole process. Then they go to these companies or whatever, and then they sit in shelves and warehouses, and they get shipped here, and they sit on the shelves in the store. By the time you consume those vitamins, like the actual content in them is so minimal and so small. And then you have what's called binders. Binders is what's holding this vitamin together in the form of this pill, right? And those binders, man, it's all different types of binders that do bad things to your body. Build up calcification on your heart and your arteries. It makes your heart work harder and pump harder.
Right.
So you ain't even chilling when you chilling.
Right. You might as well be pills.
Yeah.
So you're not
Fixing
chilling when
something
you
to mess
chilling.
up something.
For real. Yeah, you got, when you build up that calcification in your arteries and around your heart, it makes your heart work harder.
Yeah.
And
So
stiffens. the
yes,
calcium makes
yes,
it hard.
yes. So it's like some things like I do like spirulina and certain things like in the rawest form that I can get them. But like as far as pills and things of that nature, I try to stay away. Not try, I do stay away from them because we need to get back to really getting things like from the source.
Yeah.
You feel
Right.
me? I don't really say bad or good because that's an experience of oneself. But when you get things from the source, it's just more agreeable to your nature and to your health. You feel me? Like
Right.
everything that we can get from a vitamin, it's in nature. So
Sure.
like, why do we have to get it secondhand? It's like, okay, look at Mother Nature, like
Yeah.
your mom. Imagine every time you wanted to talk to your mom, you had to like whisper to somebody, then they got to say it to her, then she got to say something back to that person. Then it's like you don't need no middleman between you and your mother. When we are like, it's like we have to get away from being lazy. All that instant gratification programming. You feel me? Get back to
Right.
putting in the work to get the worth out. It's a beautiful thing to have a relationship with your food.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? You need a relationship. You don't want to be no little fling or no little.
So you say
Right,
we have a
right.
love-hate relationship right now.
Yeah, right now. True.
Alicia, you've been quiet over there.
I know, because I feel like I'm in between everything. So, really, like, I'm listening to what he's saying because I need to be where you at, but I'm not where you are.
Yeah, we all listening. Like,
Right,
yeah, I just learned that
I
today.
don't like taking vitamins. I don't like taking medication. I don't like doing any of that. But where he takes a vitamin and where he doesn't take a vitamin, I tell all the truths. Really, I was super deficient all summer. Struggling. Super deficient. But I wasn't eating like I was supposed to be eating. So you have to do one or the other.
How did you know
can't-
you were deficient?
Oh, because I thought I was about to die. I had no energy. I was so tired. Just there was so many things going on, and the doctor was like, "We don't even know how you just walked in here right now. Like, I don't understand how you're alive." So it was really bad. But I wasn't eating. I wasn't eating like I was supposed to be eating. So you definitely need to do one or the other. But even back to your question about when people's grandparents are old, my grandmother did die 2 years ago, and she was 98. And so, yeah, that's what all of them was. She lived right, but all of her children, no. Because my father passed away almost 3 years ago. And that's really when I was like, okay, I really have to get us to eat this food. And I really went vegan because of Joe and Caitlin, because I was already vegetarian. But once I realized about giving that up, but just with my own self, I mean, I have 4 kids. 3 of my pregnancies, I had all these issues. The last one, I didn't have any issues. I'm normally way, way bigger than this, way bigger. So dieting, exercising, juicing, doing all of this extra stuff. I don't do any of that, which I juice, but I don't do what I used to do. And I'm 3 sizes smaller than I was, and I don't diet. And I'm not saying you shouldn't diet or exercise, but I'm a busy mom. Like, I'm just out here living my life. And I don't do any of those things, and I'm still, I never even thought that I would be this size. And I think I don't eat those hormones anymore. I thought I had like adult acne, which sounds so disgusting. My face doesn't break out anymore. There's so many things, and the only way that you're
I
really
had
going
that
to
too.
learn, right, is just stop eating meat and see what it does to you.
Yeah.
Because you don't have any vegan over here talking about, oh yeah, I miss meat so bad. No, we don't. I would never go back to eat. My kids
That's
are never
true.
sick. My daughter's 3.5. She's had a fever once.
Talk about it.
My kids
Wow.
are never sick. My son has an autoimmune disease. He might get sick once a year. We're never sick. Ever. My kids are at school every day. That's a blessing. Every mom, please. Your kids can go to school every single day. My kids are not staying home. They're never sick. There's no reason. They're always at school. And again, like, we're never sick. There's so many things that change. And it's cheaper for me to feed my kids. And
Yeah,
it's
explain that,
easier.
because we talked about the
my
myth that
gosh.
it's expensive, and we were talking about how like I go overboard with spending because I want to try every new thing. Like this right here, this drink.
I know you
Look,
you
I
done
started-
brought one in
I
every
know,
week.
I know.
now.
I'm always coming in with
I
something
just
new.
wanna read this
But I
thing.
started out with it was a different flavor of that brand. So I've literally gone back to the store and bought, and mind you, they're like $2 a bottle, and bought all the other different flavors with that brand because I'm excited that they have
you
these
can make
other
this.
flavors.
What is it?
And I know I can. It's I think it's lemon.
You can make that.
I know, and they have one that's ginger, but it all goes down to or gets to making time.
What is
I
it?
make a smoothie every morning. I make time for that.
It's water.
Water with like lemon
Is it
and
carbonated
flavor.
or just
Yeah.
It is carbonated.
Carbonated.
Yeah, it is carbonated. Don't get me.
And that's why I'm saying I feel like I'm in the middle because I am busy and I don't have all the time. So that is what's hard. But that's when we call him and we have him do our meal prep. I don't have all the time either or the money. But my kids are still eating.
So
every day.
go back to the buying affordable, or making a vegan lifestyle affordable.
Well, I understand everything that he's saying about everything you have to eat, but that's what me and Joe were talking about. When you look up all vegan food, being vegan, a lot of it is brown rice pasta, quinoa pasta, that doesn't mean that's what you have to eat. That's just what those people are making.
Right.
You don't have to eat that because I'm not eating that. We're eating regular
Right.
80-cent pasta at my
Right.
house. Like, I don't know what y'all
That could
eat,
be
but that's what we're eating.
considered commercial vegan, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's that lazy. It's that in between. But I'm like, that's where I am. And so I haven't been vegan for a full year, almost a year. But that's where I am. And I'm trying to tell people, like, I understand it takes a while to transition. And people, how do you get your kids to stop buying milk? If you don't buy it, how they gonna drink it?
Right.
Just don't
Right.
buy it anymore.
Right.
I mean,
I don't drink
understand.
milk anymore. I
Horrible.
It's so gross. And it's
When people get tired of drinking a milkshake and then sit on the toilet with one sock on.
right.
But
right.
then you have to think about that too. And I try to tell people, so if you don't eat meat for a long time and eat it, you get sick. If you don't eat vegetables or fruit for a long time, do you get sick? No.
Right.
So you probably are supposed to eat that.
Some people will argue that
I
that
never
the
looked at
protein.
it like
That's
that.
what I tell everybody.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Say that again.
Yeah, say that again.
If you don't eat meat for a long time and then you get sick. But if you don't eat fruits or vegetables or grains, anything else, forever.
We
We
go
figured
back
out
to
what's
eat.
wrong with P. Wills. Start eating meat again,
So it's
didn't
White
they?
Castle burgers.
It was them Easter egg Reese cups.
Oh, Easter egg
okay.
Reese cup. She told on you.
I like to add that another way to keep your grocery bill down is to purchase produce items.
Produce items.
Fruits and vegetables, things of that nature. Stay away from the processed frozen foods and things in a box.
Canned
But
bag.
see,
That's what
to
runs your
most
bill
people
up.
though, that's the cheap stuff.
Uh-uh.
Is it because they're buying it in bulk? Like for example, the 99-cent pizza. So if I'm a single mom and I have 3 children, I see a pizza for 99 cents, and I try to use this all the time. Compared to one apple for 99 cents. As a single mom, I'm going to buy 4 pizzas for $4 versus a bag of apples for $4. So when you say that, are you saying that it's cheaper in produce? How is it cheaper in produce versus processed? Because like I said, I can
Oh,
buy
I
4
wasn't
pizzas. That's a whole
necessarily-
week's worth of food right there.
I wasn't necessarily talking about the Tostino's pizza.
Mhm,
I'm
but just
thinking of
anything
like
processed.
health food stores. 'Cause
Processed
that's where
health food?
I shop.
Oh, okay. I see
Yeah,
what you're saying.
so when people think of healthy foods or
Okay.
whatever I think of Whole Foods and things of that nature. So if you get a pizza from there in a box, it's
I
gonna
see
be
what
like
you're saying.
$8.
I got you. So you're saying when you
Yeah.
go to shop healthy, if you want the cheapest of the, or not cheapest, because that sounds like you're cheapening the food, but if you want the least expensive healthy food, go to the produce section
Yeah, get your
versus the
fruits and
processed
vegetables,
healthy,
yeah.
which really is a misnomer because you can't have healthy processed anything.
Interesting, because they got in the grocery store, the fruit is always, and the vegetables are always first, but people skip.
Skip right, walk right on
Come back on the way out.
But you know,
I gotta,
my kids are on spring break. I've been buying bananas like crazy because bananas are cheap. I know you said don't say cheap. It's cheap. Bananas are cheap.
I got a question
Alicia's
for
just
y'all.
so
And my
controversial.
kids will
She's a
get
rebel.
full. They'll get full on the banana. So,
And you train them to be full. Because
and then your thing about that pizza, you can go to Trader Joe's and buy that vegan dough for $1.29, and you can make just as much as those 4 pizzas, and you just make some sauce.
there it is.
All right now, I need all y'all numbers when we get out of here. So.
I got a question for y'all as far as regarding shopping.
Sure,
right?
sure.
Do y'all eat, is worth and value the same thing to y'all? Worth
That's a
and
good
value.
question. Worth and value.
Is it worth it?
No.
Okay, no.
I feel like this is a
No.
Jedi mind trick.
I
Right
know.
Worth and value.
I don't
It's
know.
Look at the
like-
dictionary.
I feel like it's
Hey,
multiple
no,
choice.
I
Which
don't know.
one?
No, because there's.
I would say no. Yeah, I would say they're
I'm
two
gonna go with
different.
no.
Okay. All right. No is absolutely correct. Okay. Look at the store. Like, let's say Kroger's. We're gonna go with Kroger's, right? What is the big seller in Kroger's? Great value products, right?
Mm-hmm.
Great
And
value.
Walmart,
And
great value.
Walmart has
all
great
day.
value.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay, great value products, right? This is what everybody buys. It's the cheapest stuff in the store. It's a great value,
Trash.
but there's no worth in it whatsoever.
Mm.
It's not worth nothing. It literally holds no nutritional value. It can be categorized as a drug, because a drug is anything that has no nutritional value, deplenishes your physical health, and has addictive properties. So that food can be categorized as a drug.
Wow.
and
Did you
altering
keep
your
it
mind.
And alters your mind.
Yeah.
That's the fourth
Be
step.
mad
to
for
it.
no reason.
Literally. So it's like, are you shopping for worth or are you shopping for value? That's something one must ask themselves. Do I want to go in here and get a great value, but it's gonna harm me, it's gonna harm my family, it's gonna harm my household, it's gonna harm my community, it's gonna harm nature, it's gonna harm the world, it's gonna harm the universe. It's putting horrible vibrations out. Or am I gonna go in here and find something that's worth something?
Right.
You feel me? And what do you have to do to get worth? We talked about that earlier, like with gardening. You got to put in the work. You got to put the work in to get the worth out. Quit wanting to get everything easy and you feel what I'm saying?
Right. I feel
I
that.
got a question about gardening because I know what we're supposed to do is, what God intended us to do is when we eat the fruit, we take those seeds and then replenish with those seeds.
Sure indeed.
Do we do that, or are we supposed to do that when we're vegan? Like, once we eat this fruit, I'm gonna take this seed today and I'm gonna go plant it in my backyard and water
Good
it.
question.
It makes sense. I'm not one to really say what anybody or anything is supposed to do because I respect the will. I honor the will of another as I want my will honored.
Right.
But it makes sense. It comes to a point where we got to do what makes sense. What we've been doing doesn't make sense. It's adding up to a disagreeable outcome. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So
Right.
It would make sense to do that. What did you say earlier? Sustainability.
It's sustainability.
All I know is I had one slice of this pizza and I could be woke for 2 days.
Right.
I don't know what you put in this pizza,
Yes.
but I'm very alert.
Yeah.
Who wants some waffles?
That's what's up. Hey, you know what's so crazy? A lot of people say that. A lot of people that get my food, like I get a lot of feedback. They're like, man, when I come and get my lunch from you, I eat, I be alert and I be up and I got a lot of energy and it's like, man, my spirit can feel
Yeah.
the love you put in your food. Because when I be
Yeah, for sure.
like slipping
That's
around,
real.
when I be in there cooking,
That's
I
real.
got my music playing and I'm listening to something live.
Yeah,
You hear me?
yeah,
I might
absolutely.
got some Isley
There's a lot
Brothers
of love
playing.
going on in this food.
Yeah.
Get over me, you hear me? I'm in there
Yeah.
vibing, I'm two-stepping, and I'm
Yeah.
literally putting love into this food. Not only like the raw materials is agreeable, all the raw materials are agreeable, but even deeper than that, I'm literally loving what I'm doing, and I know I have the insight of what these minerals and what these different things are doing once they get in your body, and that's what my intention is. Intention is vital.
That's awesome.
You feel what I'm saying?
That's awesome. Y'all better go get y'all some cul-de-sac pizza. Feel alive today.
I like to just go back a little bit. What your viewer asked about their grandmother lived to be 99. Also, the elders of that time, they were doing certain things to purge their body of this meat, like castor oil, cleansing, doing certain things that, like, I don't know if there was MSG back then or whatever, that stagnated the body, and with the meat is uric acid and all that. But they were doing things to fast and clean their body out. Where we're just constantly eating. So
Right.
we need to take time to do cleanses
a good point.
and let our body and our
Yeah,
good
digestion
point.
vital,
rest.
vital. Dude, we ain't even talked about detoxing.
My grandma was not at the gas station drinking like Slurpees.
Or buying
Talk
chicken
about
from the
it. Talk
gas
about it.
station.
Talk about it.
love her
Talk
so
about
much.
it.
She wasn't.
I know.
I never thought about
I know
that.
where I come from, like back in Cincinnati, right? And this is like with most like urban areas, hoods, projects, or whatever. Like we live in nutritional dead zones.
Yeah.
Like most of us, like literally eat out of the Arab store, right there. The African store, the
That
Arab
sells
store
pork.
that sells nothing but horrible food, all processed food, no fruits and vegetables, everything in cans, bags, boxes. They changing the dates on it to keep selling it to you after it done went bad. You feel me? Then hold up. Then they open the little restaurant in the back of the Arab store where they selling, we're gonna sell them the fried chicken and macaroni and cheese and all this, that, and the third. And it's like
Wow.
because of what we talked about. It's like it's economic barriers.
Right.
You feel what I'm
Right.
saying?
Absolutely.
And the health food stores aren't in the areas of low
Food
income.
desert.
Food desert.
Right.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Food
I
desert.
live in a
That's
food
real.
desert.
That's real.
Yeah.
That's real.
Shout out to Brandon Cosby for what he's
Yes,
doing over there at the Flanner House.
Ah, yay, Flanner House.
Yeah, absolutely.
Somebody
I mean, it's
enlighten me.
amazing.
What's that?
The Flanner House.
Flanner House?
I'm not aware.
Oh man,
It's
yeah, you
actually
got
right
it
around
out.
the corner from you're on
Yeah, you-
22nd.
Hard in 20 seconds.
Harding. Oh, right around the corner.
Really?
Literally, it's the oldest. I think he said it's the oldest. It's not
It's right there on
recreational.
30th of Martin Luther King.
It's the oldest community center. I want to say in Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I think he
it's
said.
120.
Yes, they're 100 and something. They just had their 100 and something.
Yeah,
year
yeah. If you can look
anniversary.
up the Flanner House and
What are they?
What-
Brandon Cosby.
It's a
The best place in the
community
world.
center,
Uh-huh.
and their new director, Dr. Brandon Cosby, he has a whole like garden. not just a garden.
It's
It
a
looks
farm.
like a farm.
It is
It's a farm.
It's
Oh,
planter
tune
farm.
in.
And
Tune in.
yes,
Yeah.
and he's starting a community co-op there. I mean, he has so many plans.
That's
A
crazy.
He's
bodega.
literally changed.
Vegasaurus will be parked there 3 days
Yes.
out the week.
Because I
He's changed the whole-
I actually got an idea to do that. Because it's something I've already done, but I want to implement it even further.
Yeah,
Start
he's
a
changed
garden
the whole
cooperative.
dynamic.
Have you
Yeah.
ever heard of the Black Farmers Market?
Oh yeah.
So when it gets warm outside, I founded the Black Farmers Market. But please contact us because our farmers, they are all organic. Everything's organic, and it's. I can't go to the grocery store when they have produce.
See, somebody said earlier, like, how, like, Indy's, like, far behind as far as the whole
It's
health
catching
food
up.
thing.
It's- yeah.
I'm going to tell y'all, I done been to a lot of other places. Y'all got a real good supply of locally grown organic produce.
Absolutely.
Like,
But
Yeah.
we just need to support because it's supporting the small people that are out here being the rebels.
Sure.
Support them and add on to what we're doing so that we
Right.
can continue to grow.
we got to start coming together. Like, you got people that's like myself, that we're literally we're cultivating, we're creating food products, right? Healthy food
Against
products.
our culture, really. I don't get invited to Thanksgiving or Christmas. They're like, we don't know what y'all eat.
We got local farmers that's growing this stuff. Why are we not linked?
Oh, we are.
You hear me? Well, okay.
Hit me
I'm
up.
speaking for myself.
Yeah, I'm like, get
I'm gonna
linked.
get your
Yeah.
Yeah.
information.
See,
And
Paul
then
is,
you-
how long have you been here in Indiana?
I've been here in Indiana a little over 3 years.
Okay.
Okay.
A little
That's
I've
longer than
only
me.
been doing this, what I'm doing, for like maybe 6 months.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Man, keep going.
Yeah, it was just something personal, and I made some changes in my life, and it's
Yeah.
like my spirit really led me to this.
Dude, this is good stuff. I mean, seriously.
He makes
I mean,
chakra shakes. What's
yeah.
it? Just tell us just a couple.
Yeah, tell
couple
us about
of
the
things.
shakes. I've
The
been meaning
chakra
to talk
shakes.
about the shakes.
Chakra shakes. Okay, everybody know what the chakras are.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay,
chakras.
Seven
I
major,
can't name 'em, but I know.
seven major energy points
Okay.
in your body that correlate with an organ that correlates with a certain system in your body. Right. Every one of those chakras is a different frequency of vibration, going from your root chakra at your base of your spine all the way up to your crown chakra,
Yep.
the top of your head. Right.
Spirituality.
So what I did with these chakra shakes is, each one of these chakras, I have a shake for every one of the chakras. But I have 2 bonus flavors
Oh,
as
that's
well.
dope.
Now, every one of these chakra flavors has what? Organic fruits, vegetables, essential oils, and herbs that actually correlate with that specific chakra, that specific organ, and that specific system. They taste great, but they're actually adding up to your holistic health and assisting that.
Love it.
Wow. That's amazing. I also need to get everybody's contact. Actually, I think you gave me your card, but make sure I get your information and
Yeah,
yours
likewise.
as well, because
Likewise. I want
there's
everybody's information.
companies that are starting to do this health thing, and they're looking for vendors, looking for people
Right.
that could come sit in front of their company and feed their people, or bring their food to the company to feed people. I mean, and they're paying, so
That's
it's
what
a
I do for Rolls Royce is one of my clients.
Wow.
okay.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
And that's what I want to talk about too, briefly on the entrepreneurial side of doing what you guys do. How you take that and, I guess, decommercialize what's out there now. Because you have people that people will commercialize anything.
Surely will.
And how do you take this and become how did you get that contract with Rolls Royce? Who would even think, to even have a contract for your products? I wouldn't think that they would even consider. But now actually that I think about it, I'm thinking health insurance. It makes my health insurance cheaper because I don't have a lot of sick employees. I have employees that aren't going to call in sick too much, because if I bring in somebody that could give them better food choices, give them education and so forth. So how, from an entrepreneurial standpoint, do people get in the door and into companies and into corporations and decommercialize veganism and eating healthy?
Well, I was connected through an employee.
Mm-hmm.
And so from there, we just built a relationship, and then I was able to talk to management and things of that nature. So they place orders with me independently, and then I deliver to them. And as far as like the grocery stores, like Georgetown Market, I developed a relationship again with the manager. Of course, there's some health department standards that you have to go by.
Sure.
And he just, I did a tasting. They love my salads, and
they brought me aboard. And same with Goose the Market.
Nice.
So it's just a matter of like connecting
Mm-hmm.
with the people and providing a product that's gonna serve that meets their quality of what
Okay.
they're serving.
And then how about you, Paul?
I would say integrity.
Okay.
Like integrity of your product, integrity of your service, integrity of your overall brand is what's going to set you apart from the millions of other people and other entities that are out here trying to do what you're doing. 'Cause
Yeah.
for every sincere, genuine entity, you're going to have the commercialized of it. 'Cause at the end of the day, we're in the age of Aquarius. If anybody knows anything about the macro zodiac,
Oh, yeah.
you feel me? That's the awakening.
Aquarius and Bill.
The water bearer. Talk about it. It's not no coincidence everybody's starting to gravitate towards veganism and yoga and meditation and all that. We're in the age of Aquarius. It's literally the awakening. There's a consciousness that's spilling over the whole planet. We're coming back to core competence, our core consciousness, right? So with that said, you got a bunch of these corporate entities that I want some of that vegan money too. I want some of that healthy money too. So they're going to put out all these healthy vegan booby trap products. And you think because it has this big V on it that it's good for you. But like I said, it's getting back down to the information. Information, knowing the true identity of these different products and the different things that are in them, and integrity. If you have integrity of your brand, integrity of your product and service is what's going to set you apart from everything else going on around you. When people come get some food from me, they know for a fact he's not compromising nowhere. I'm not money driven at all. I could care less about money, honestly. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So people know when I go deal with Poe, this is really his culture. This is really what he does this with himself. This is how he lives his life. So it's about loving you how I love myself. That's the premise of everything that I do. To live from my heart, to speak from my heart, to take action from my heart, to strategize from my heart. It's all love. You feel me? So,
Keep that passion, man.
Yes,
We need
yes.
that. I mean, there's not a lot of people out here fending for people in regards to what they're putting into their bodies.
Right.
Shout out to Brad Usher. We had a Brad Usher on here, and he was feeding us a lot of the stuff that you were saying. He already had reiterated, in some other shows. I think you went a little bit deeper and explained some other things. But shout out to Brad for being one of those trailblazers for saying, whatever you put into your body is kind of what you get out of it.
Sure indeed.
So I mean, this is important, man. This has been a great discussion, and I hope that we can have many, many more discussions in regards to people eating healthy and cooking healthy, food alchemy,
Sustainability.
sustainability, all these different things. Because I, for one, myself, have just recently experienced eating a little different and stopping some things that help me feel better. I come from the corporate world, where coffee is the god, I don't have coffee, I can't operate, so going from that to drinking water and experiencing like, wow, I feel better, than I would if I had a cup of coffee.
Right.
So, getting to those things, and I would say just, people need to experience and not be afraid to try different things like this. This is big for me. I just want to tell y'all, I don't eat stuff that if I look at it, I'm like, I just won't eat it. So this was big for me, and it's very good. My teeth feel clean. I don't know.
That's a first.
I just
That's
feel
a first
good.
right there.
My teeth feel wonderful. I didn't even brush them. It's just the food, the minerals.
The minerals is doing it.
But man, I
That's
hope we
funny.
can do this again.
Anytime.
Yeah.
Anytime. And I want everybody's information in here too.
Yes. And can we put a plug in one more time for the Indie Veg Fest?
Absolutely.
So if you can remind everybody where it is, the
Yeah,
time, and the website.
Sure. Indie Veg Fest is this Saturday, March 31st from
Okay, so
noon.
Saturday.
Saturday.
Sorry.
12 to 6 p.m. It's at the Biltwell Event Center. It's on the southwest side of downtown. And the website is indievegfest.com.
Are there still early access tickets?
Yes, there are. For $25, you can get in at 11 a.m. and you have access to all the vendors.
Before we sell out.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's going to be a line at noon. So
Okay, so
Wow.
25 to get in, and then you can get in and go ham with the vendors.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's how many vendors is going to be there?
around 100.
Around 100. That's a good
Wow.
selection.
Any workshops, anything?
Yeah,
Like
we
any
have cooking
education?
demos. We have keynote speakers. We have panel discussions.
Okay.
Yep, all sorts of things, and those are all free.
There's also kid activities.
Yes, kids activities too,
Where's
and
the
yoga.
The location
And
again?
he was
The
talking about
Biltwell
Cowspiracy.
Event Center.
And this is White River,
They're
right?
showing that.
Yes.
Cowspiracy.
Cowspiracy.
Yes.
What about Cowspiracy?
They'll be showing Cowspiracy.
Oh yeah, that's a
There's-
great movie. That's a great movie.
He's it's the bomb. Everybody just needs to come because he's not adding everything in.
I know he's being so modest, isn't he?
Really, there's all
Speak
types of
for me.
viewings. There's all types of viewings that they're doing. They have all these little breakout. Like I'm trying to be in like 2 or 3, and they have a panel on being black and being vegan.
Oh wow,
Ah, yeah,
Wow.
everybody come.
being black
Yeah,
and
you
vegan.
said,
Yeah.
you said it's from,
I'm doing
it's from
a
11 to
cookie
6.
demo.
11.
It's the early access hour is 11 to noon, and then it's free from noon to 6.
Okay.
Awesome.
That's dope. Yeah, I got
If
to
you
Wow.
could after this go and put the information, location, and everything on the comment feed because
Yeah,
there's a lot of
absolutely.
people that are going to watch this and going to want to ask for that information.
Sure thing.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
that
'cause-
.org or .com.
.com.
yeah, but this is big, man. And so go ahead and do your closing. I don't want to say argument.
Closing
That's-
remarks.
I'm like,
It's
am I
not
supposed
CNN,
to pray us out?
but-
I don't know what I'm doing.
So
No, just
My closing.
So we
Just go
usually
over-
have each guest do a closing remark, something that you want the viewers to take away with. Joe did his, so unless you want to add to it. No.
yeah, just talk about Vegasaurus.
I'm
Yeah.
done, yeah.
Talk about Vegasaurus,
Yeah.
whatever you want,
What you got going on.
anything that you want what you got going on, anything you want the viewers to leave with.
Okay, so first of all, come to Veg Fest. Second of all, yes, Vegasaurus will be open again next month. I'm super excited about that. And
You got
I
a
haven't-
prime location, or you
we'll be at the
moving
Planner
around?
House.
Okay.
We'll be at the Planner House. So this year, this season, I guess, we'll have a set location and set hours a few days out of the week. And so those days we'll have like Meatless Monday. We're gonna be doing a thing on Wednesday where we're supporting small business, where you can come and do whatever type of workshop and charge people for that workshop. And so it's to support small. So we'll have stuff. So definitely we're gonna
Okay.
start posting on Vegasaurus ASAP. But my main thing from this is just letting people know, like, I'm a tired mom and business owner, and we're vegan. My kids are alive. We're all fine. I don't spend a lot of money. I can make dinner in 10 minutes. So there is a way. I shop at Kroger, and I shop local. I shop from the farmers through the Black Farmers Market, and you don't have to go to special stores and spend a whole bunch of money. You don't have to.
Right.
So if you need help, please reach out to me. Please.
And I think
will
that's
let you
all
know.
it is resource and knowing where to go and what to get because it's so easy to go around the corner to go to Walmart and go somewhere where you know it's there.
Right.
So,
Convenience.
the more we feed people information about where this stuff is and where you guys are located, the easier it is for them to say, okay. Because there's been many times where I sit and I'm like, okay, I'm hungry. Where to go that's
But
the
like,
least
I can
than
walk
killing
into a
me.
gas station with you and be like, okay, let's find all the vegan food. So it's just there's two different
Right.
sides to this. So we need that, but sometimes you need this too, and you're hungry, and you just want where is the snacks? Where are the snacks at, Alicia? And I'm gonna show you where they are. And finding all, I have fruit snacks in my purse right now. Simple organic truth, Kroger. They were on clearance because nobody's buying them. Vegan because they don't have gelatin.
Right.
So I'm sitting in the corner eating fruit snacks, and I drink my apple cider vinegar, and I juice, and I do all those things too. But I'm just trying to show people the other side of it. Just because sometimes all of that is overwhelming. Like, oh my gosh,
It's a
I gotta do
process.
Yeah, the
all of this,
transitional
and it's like,
side.
girl, can you just get some pasta, and let me just show you how you can make this real quick, real cheap, and then you can not be hungry and sit down and figure out what you about to make that he's talking about tomorrow. So I'm just trying to add that other, but you need both. You need both.
Okay.
You
Oh,
want to tell everybody what you're offering at Indie Veg Fest?
So at Indie Veg Fest, I'm doing chicken salad, which it's not chicken, of course. It's chickpeas, garbanzo beans. So that is really my 12-year-old son. He really missed chicken salad when we gave up meat. So that's where that is coming from. So we have that on tortilla chips. So that's our cold food.
Nice.
That's our gluten-free option. And then we're doing, from the Vegasaurus, we're doing like build your own sloppy joes. So we have like the garlic sauce and other things that you can do to make your sloppy joe. And then this is because, again, I told y'all I just sit there and think about I'm hungry and what am I. So we're doing peanut butter and jelly sandwich, but there's pretzels inside of it. It's gonna be so good.
okay. All right. I get down with the peanut butter and jelly. Poe.
Let me see. We got Cul-de-sac Kitchen, like I said, day to day. You can contact me. I was doing deliveries and pickups, but because I'm a one man show, and it's like I'm doing production, I'm doing everything.
Right.
It's like if I leave to do a delivery, it's like I'm missing.
Gonna be
more,
behind.
and
Right.
Yeah, it's
Right.
like impossible. So right
Sure.
now, until I get me some partners,
Right.
I'm actually gonna be just doing pickup. But you can order food from me every day. I usually open my kitchen about 7 in the morning. Don't close until about 10 o'clock. Let me see. I do meal preps. All you gotta do is contact me. We'll get together, do an assessment, decide what your goals are, what you're trying to do, what you're trying to accomplish.
Sure.
Weight loss, weight gain. Is there some type of an ailment that you're trying to fight or get rid of? Whatever the case may be, we do the assessment.
Oh, wow.
Come up with a plan. Get started. I do catering.
big.
Oh yeah, I do catering. Birthday party, office party, bar mitzvah.
Okay.
For real, whatever. Like, you know, catering and all that. Like I say, I do the shop alongs where people that's really trying to get serious with this, I'll actually go shopping with you and for you, and I will show you like, okay, this is where we're gonna shop. I know all the places to go to spend your money wisely. I tune them in as far as learning how to read ingredients and not just being sold on labels and imagery, but getting into the actual identity of the products that they buy and consume.
For sure.
Then I do interactive workshops where I come to your home. I bring all of my weapons of war, food processor, Vitamix, all of that, and I'm
Right.
gonna actually show you how to prepare certain things. Like I can literally take a $13 bag of walnuts. I can probably feed like 50 people.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Out of a $13 bag of walnuts.
Wow.
I can take walnuts and make it like so many different. It amazes you. Like with the meat factor on that pizza right there, that's walnut meat.
It even look like it, don't it?
That's
Yes,
why my
it
teeth
does.
clean, huh? There was something in
You feel
there.
me? So that's the
Right.
that's the cul-de-sac kitchen. Then we have, like I said, we have the chakra shakes. Now with the chakra shakes, I have all of my the 7 flavors, and I have the bonus flavors. I have the Merkaba, which everybody knows when you go through all of your 7 chakras and activate them. That's your Merkaba. Is like your spaceship / force field, your
Right.
armor.
Right.
It's when all of your chakras are activated and healthy. That forms your Merkaba. That's when you're whole spiritually.
Oh, so
Right.
when you drink all of them,
Yes, the Merkaba flavor is all the flavors mixed together in one.
so you'd be like Voltron, and all to come together.
I like to say a Voltron instead of Transformers.
Hey,
Shout out. You
yeah.
feel me? But like I said, okay. Then you got the floating shake, which is basically like I call it floating. It's like to replace the protein shake. Because a lot of those protein shakes just got a bunch of whey, a bunch of
Yes,
soy, a bunch of other
yes,
stuff that's really
yes.
not good for you. So I got a
Thank
floating
you.
shake that's made out of like it got like let me see, walnuts, almonds, flaxseed oil, Irish sea moss, chocolate almond milk. It's just some let me see, amaranth, kamut, quinoa, like some of the ancient whole grains. Like it's wonderful. And it's like for those like all my weightlifter and football playing guys
Okay.
that don't want to
Right,
get little.
right.
They want to. It's healthy way to keep on.
Yeah.
So that's the chakra shakes. And something else I haven't plugged yet is something I just began, but it's growing quite rapidly. It's called Hooked on Healing campaign.
Okay.
Humble Healing. I
Okay.
make detoxes. I got so far I have a digestive system detox, which focuses on breaking up mucoid plaque. It doesn't get rid of mucoid plaque. That's like a 4 to 6 month process.
Okay.
But it begins the process of breaking up that mucoid plaque.
Right.
Do y'all know what mucoid plaque is?
That's how people get sick.
Okay,
more
look,
to build up.
Real quick. Y'all
Okay.
gotta know what mucoid plaque is.
Is
All
it
right.
in your intestine?
I'm about to break it down to you, sister. Give me a second.
Okay, 'cause I like science.
Like when you have a foreign agent coming to your body, right? Your body's first line of defense, your red blood corpuscle, right? Push down on a foreign agent and shoot mucus at it like a Ghostbuster gun. The mucus wrap around it, right? Now, the mucus with the foreign agent encapsulated in it is supposed to be expelled out of your body's natural waste systems. But because we're taking in toxins and foreign agents at a rate so high, they begin to accumulate. And then it becomes a solidified waste called mucoid plaque. Like, y'all ever heard of that? Like 15 to 20 pounds of undigested meat and waste
Yes.
that's in your body when you pass. It literally becomes, it's like this thick, gooey solid that goes through your whole digestive tract.
Gross.
Guess where the parasites and the worms in your body live at? In the mucoid plaque.
Wow.
Right? So my digestive system detox is focused on breaking up that mucoid plaque and beginning to expel it out of your body's natural waste system. Then I have an endocrine system detox. The endocrine system, like I said, when the neuron fires from your brain, your neurotransmitter carries those orders to your physical mass, it delivers it to your endocrine system, right? Your endocrine system has all the glands down the middle of your body, right? Behind your ears, behind your throat, behind your trachea and your chest, all the way down to the male testes and the female ovaries. All of these glands secrete the hormones that control your body's chemistry, all the way down to your energy levels, even depression and being suicidal. All that comes from a lack of your hormones being in the proper levels.
Right.
You see how like it's been a rise in suicide and depression, and people taking medicine for depression. That's coming from toxification of the endocrine system. So I have an endocrine system detox that cleanses all the toxins out of your glands in your endocrine system, right? And I also have a concentrated parasite cleanse as well.
Ooh,
So
that's
so
scary.
so how I mean so
Scary
how
stuff
would
right
people
there.
how would people take these? You know, because you have a few different types. Do they take them all together, or
Oh,
do they
no,
take them
no.
all in different? You know, how long is a process? 3 months, 2 months?
Every detox is gonna come with actual instructions, and I have live demonstrations that I put on my
okay.
Facebook page. And if you buy a detox from me, I add you on social media and I connect you to those lives. So even better than me just telling you how to do it, you will have a live example of me doing it, to where you can bring it up and watch it whenever you're ready.
Okay, that's awesome. That's awesome. Tisha.
My company is Turquoise Forest Natural Food and Drink Preparation, and you can follow me on Instagram at Turquoise Forest ND. And again, I have my salads, my kale salads, in Georgetown Market and Goosta Market. And I also do a juice cleansing, 3-day juice cleanse, just to give your digestive system a break from food and helping you transition to a healthier lifestyle. I have an initiative called Health in the Hood, where I
I
help
love that title.
Yeah.
children, not children,
Get
but
'em
I
in the
help
heart.
people, huh?
Get them in the heart.
Yeah.
Right in the hood.
Right in the hood. Help them with transitioning. So with the cleanse comes a transitional grocery list and things of that nature, and they have one-on-one contact with me with any questions. I do herbal teas that cleanse your specific organs, your liver.
Man, I'm gonna go broke
your
mess with
colon.
y'all. I already know.
I have a female herbal tea that I make for the females who are suffering from fibroid, cysts, things of that nature. I do.
Is there real quick? Is there a connection on? Because I read this somewhere, where some females have like, I don't want to get too gross or whatever. I mean, we all grown in here, right?
Right.
Spill it.
Some females dry up because of the foods and the drinks that they're ingesting, and there are things that they can do. Is it like alkaline or something? Something it gets off balance. Is it pH or something? I don't know what it is.
Well,
What
it's
is that?
definitely anytime that they're dealing with dryness or anything like that, it's definitely mostly diet driven.
Okay.
And so
Or
they
odors
definitely
and
need
things
to
like that too.
change their diet, cut out the meat. Like I said, it's uric
Go
acid
vegan.
in meat, so it messes up their reproductive system, and that's when they get fibroids and tumors and things of that nature, which that's connected with an emotional state too. It kind of ties into a lot of things why
Right.
women have fibroids and deal with that. But a lot of times, the doctor will tell you to get them cut out, but you can actually shrink them
Yes.
and starve them yourself by doing specific rigorous things.
Wow.
Yeah, so
Man, we got to get away from this industry that just makes stuff temporary
Right.
when you can just do stuff yourself where, you can eliminate this stuff.
Very much
That's
so.
awesome.
I'm also on Facebook at Turquoise Forest ND. And I just want everybody to be well, and I like to think of
Yeah.
myself as a catalyst for helping people feel good.
Absolutely. That's beautiful. Go ahead.
I'm gonna add one more thing. 'Cause
Sure.
I forgot. She just reminded me. I didn't tell y'all my social media at all.
Yeah.
I thought he was
Yeah.
going
What
to
is
say
that?
social
And,
security number.
Oh yeah, hold on. Another thing, I do prenatal shakes as well. Women,
Somebody just
stop
asked that,
taking
too.
those prenatal vitamins. Those
Someone
are
just asked
horrible
that.
for your body. I do prenatal shakes, and also for women who are fresh with newborns or having problems lactating, producing the proper amount of milk.
Yeah.
I do a vegan baby formula.
Wow.
That's absolutely amazing.
What?
Absolutely
Better
amazing.
than milk.
Right,
Is
right.
it better than breast milk?
No, it's not better.
That's
than breast
hard to beat.
milk. Nothing is better than breast milk.
I
That's-
still sorry. I ain't.
Yeah, it's for women who are not lactating and not producing enough milk, because that's usually why women will go to the formula, and that formula is spoiled before a child.
Yeah.
But my Facebook is Cul-de-sac Poe, CULDESACPOE. It's Instagram is the same, Snapchat is the same. I don't have no type of personality disorders. I'm only one person, so y'all can get at me on social media, and I look forward to assisting you in any way that I can.
Absolutely, man. This is good stuff.
All right.
Tammy Nicole.
What's up? Okay, so first of all, I do have to say thank you all for just teaching me what I need to do. Because it's all, and I know just listening and just looking at everyone's lifestyle on this, it has to start with my mindset. You know, so if I say I'm gonna just stop eating meat, period, I'm really gonna have to really digest in my mind and manifest it for me to go forward and fast in the process that you guys was talking about. You know, on doing it. We tried it once. Me and Pat, we tried it, and I swear I was killing meatless nachos every
meatless
night.
nacho.
Yeah. So, I love science, and I never looked at it from that point of view. You know, what we put in is what we put out, and how we're all connected. And Patrick says that all the time. We are all connected, you know. So just think if we all did that, you know, what type of energy that we be putting out when
Absolutely.
we just walk
I
barefooted
do believe in that.
on the earth.
Yeah,
you know?
grounded.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I just wanted to say thank you.
I just read up on that.
I mean, that's deep. It's
Vital.
so deep.
Grounding is deep. If you
vital.
just, in the summertime, just take your shoes off, go outside, and plant your feet on the earth.
Man, I can't wait.
Man,
I can't wait.
Yeah.
make
So-
sure there ain't no worms in the ground.
So I just want to say thank you all, you know, just for all the knowledge that y'all gave. And I really need
Yeah.
this information just to get started with ingredients. Is there a book, you know, that I need to start with? You
That's a
know,
good question.
Yeah, I really do. I need that.
Any assistance I can provide is my honor and my duty.
Right there,
Yeah.
get that contact information.
Yeah. There you
And
Get
go.
thank y'all
everybody's
for
contact
having us
information.
too. Gratitude
Yeah.
for having us.
Absolutely.
I appreciate
Yeah,
y'all.
Absolutely.
definitely.
This is
Definitely.
always a
Meeting
learning
good people.
experience for us. You know, having you all in here. Ebony, you can go ahead. And,
Okay. Well, like Tammy Nicole said, thank you guys for coming. I'm so looking forward to the Indie Veg Fest this Saturday. I'm like, this is like Christmas for me, and it's just so crazy because I don't know. I get excited about vegetables for some reason. I probably don't look like it, but I'm telling you, I am very excited about vegetables, about eating healthy, and I really am thankful that you guys are able to come in and kind of dispel a lot of myths, because I think as a community we make so many excuses why we should do things or why we should not. And I think that you guys drove home the point that you can't beat Earth and you can't beat nature. You know, there's nothing that tops that. So, thank you guys for educating, because that's what we strive to do on the Gray Area, is to educate. We're not trying to push or shove veganism or vegetarianism or whatever you want to call it and label. You know, we're just trying to give people the information. So, I do thank you guys for giving the community that information. And one last thing as a side note, I wore this t-shirt today. Usually I'm in my Gray Area gear.
what you got on there?
I have on a shirt that says Persona, Dare to Be You. And I wore this shirt because this Friday, we've had a guest on, Shane Shepherd.
Yeah.
He does a lot. And actually, Paul, I told him I was going to link you two up together because he's in your neighborhood. But he does a lot in the community with youth and young people. He has a couple of books. He's just a remarkable brother. Well, his sister was a victim of violence, and so she was killed about 6
Yeah.
months ago. By the same thing that he's fighting out in the neighborhoods and with youth. And she had this clothing line out. She was a aspiring fashion designer. So her birthday's Friday, so I wore this shirt in honor of her.
Awesome.
And her
that
name is
an awesome
Sharon
shirt.
Shepherd. Yes.
Yeah.
So again, thank you guys. Appreciate you. This is just another show to go in the book, in the Bible, of striving to live better and live healthy. So thank you guys for coming on.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
I'm just
Yeah.
going to reiterate a lot of what Ebony said. Was just, this is great having you all come in here. Oftentimes, we are the viewers ourselves sitting in here. We don't plan or prep up for the shows. We come in here just open-minded and just ready to talk and learn. And what you all provided today is more information that we didn't know. As many people as we have coming on. Brad has been throwing his stuff at us, but you guys actually help
Yeah.
make that make sense and just put the icing on the cake. You know, it just reiterates everything that I've been trying to do over the past year. When I stopped drinking milk, I was on that journey to wind myself off of stuff that I've been eating over years, that's not good for me. So So you guys are a great help with that. I'll be contacting you all probably individually and asking for information, more information in regards to veganism and different things, and asking for menus and stuff like that. I definitely love the pizza. Like I said, my teeth feel clean. I got an energy.
Yes.
I tell y'all, get with Kodasak, get with Vegasaurus, and
come to the Indie Veg
and
Fest.
Turquoise Forest,
Turquoise Forest. Mm-hmm.
and just get better, get
Got
well,
everything you need.
start getting there. It starts with a mindset. You just got to flip it like a light switch, turn it on.
Talk about it.
Yeah, and do it. And we all struggle with that. We humans, so it's we've been driving past McDonald's for how long? It's just easy to let me
On every block.
turn up in here real quick. I'm just gonna get a shake. I ain't gonna get nothing else. And you end up getting half the menu.
Right.
So and a shout out to our viewers for always tuning in and rocking with us and sharing our live feeds. We
Asking
cannot,
questions.
we cannot do this without you all. And again, we always reiterate that we don't get paid to do this. This is all voluntary because we just know that there's a need for information to be funneled, and we have to try and be that guiding light and help be that guiding light for people. So, thank you all for tuning in. And we will see
Hold on,
you
before
all.
you close
no,
out.
no,
Joanne. Okay, go
wait a
ahead.
minute.
It's not, listen though. This is an opportunity for like my fellow vendors. It's April 22nd.
Okay.
With Elevated Events. It's the Earth Day event. It's gonna be a spoken word poetry, local artists, vendors, appetizers, food. Like and they have they have slots open left.
What is Earth Day?
Yes, it's basically it's like an event almost like Veg
Who's the
Fest.
organizer?
It's Amethyst Carter and Elevated Events.
Okay. I know
Right, yeah, here
Amethyst,
it's at what? It's Sunday, April 22nd.
Okay.
From 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. 3740 North Lafayette Road, Suite B, Indianapolis, Indiana.
Okay.
So anybody interested in vending at that event, contact me. And
Nice.
Make it happen.
Awesome. Love it.
And I wanted to plug next week's show because I'm also excited
ahead.
about that. So this Tuesday we have we're talking basketball, y'all. We're talking sports, and not just basketball and sports, but women's basketball.
Oh.
So we have Pokey Chapman, who is the head coach of the Indiana Fever, coming in
Wow.
Tuesday, and we have Shan Hart, we have Ashley McGee, we have Sharmonique Stallworth.
Ash
So
was
we
on here
have-
before, wasn't she?
She was, yes. So we have some leading ladies in basketball that will be here on Tuesday. So
Awesome.
you guys stay tuned.
Can't wait for that.
Yes.
Thank you all for tuning in, and we will see you all next week. Thank you.
Thank you.
Peace.
Thank you.